Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello everyone and welcome to This is Football. Welcome to episode 31 of the A-listers, ladies and gentlemen. We are out here. We have a lot to talk about today. There really is a lot to talk about because everyone won. Obviously, and the big game ended in a draw. So, obviously, United won, even though they're not an A-list club. Spurs won, Chelsea won, Arsenal won as well. So everyone just won. So there's no one who's really fully upset. Even Liverpool and Manchester City didn't even really lose. So there's no one really fully upset this week. But Arsenal are now top of the league. Liverpool and City draw ends that puts them in that position. And we're here to just talk about all the weekend's action. So big up to all of you guys, whether you're watching this right now or on the replay. Please don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to This is Football if you're ready to do so. I see Nick in the chat. Shout out to my guy Nick. Hamza, you're famous. You're famous in Australia now, Hamza. Khalas. This guy in Australia right here reacting to the stuff you're saying. Big up my guy Nick, man. Big up. Abdi Haz is asking for another row for Hamza. Imagine we just create the Hamza row, This guy, you got me. He doesn't run gimmicks like this other guy, from New York. Absolutely embarrassing New Yorkers all over the world. No gimmicks from this guy. No top red Grigs, bottom red Grigs. He's just Grigs. He doesn't need, to run any of these gimmicks. Joining us on the channel, of course, Simicast's long lost cousin, man, like Grigsy. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good. I see we both got trims today. You got a trim, yes. I got a trim. But yeah, I'm doing good. Make sure you guys smash the like button, all that kind of stuff. I'm gonna cook Hamza again today. I'm gonna do it for another week. I'm gonna make it 3 weeks in a row, as always. But big up everyone. And yeah, let's just get into it. Lots to discuss. It was a good weekend though. United won. Not that I really cared, but yeah, is what it is.
I love the fact that after last week they're calling you the Greek freak now, just because you cooked this. Just
that's AO. Pause.
Shout out to Giannis Antetokounmpo. You get me. Big up Giannis. Joining us on the channel as well today, he's actually replacing Egal. Obviously, Arsenal are top of the league. And I want to give Hamza a headache. I cannot just bring on, a nice Arsenal fan who's going to sit up here and go like, hey, Hamza, it's nice to meet you. I've been watching your TikToks for a while, singing Samina Mina about Havertz and stuff, So we brought on someone who is probably just as shameless as Hamza, you get me, to talk to him about Arsenal being top of the league. The man, the myth, the legend is back on This is Football. He was actually supposed to be here last week, but he bottled it. But listen, a week later, we are forgiving people. This is Ramadan. Man, like Daud is in the building. How are you doing, Daud, man?
I'm good, Hamza. How are you? Hopefully, you've had a great Ramadan. I'm holding a bottle right here, nice and full. We're not bottling anything ever again. That bottle job merchants is finally over. So I'm gonna drink this, knowing that none of that stuff can ever happen to us ever again. But yeah, we've got a lot to talk about. I'm gassed. I'm happy. Champions League. We're in the quarterfinals. We're top of the table in the Premier League. So many things to talk about.
There is definitely a lot to talk about. It's just, another week. I actually don't think. I think they mentioned this actually on the Sky thing. I don't think it's ever been this close ever. Like one point in March between 3 teams. That's the thing, because it's not even just one, 2 teams in the race. So yeah. But anyway, we'll talk about it. Hamza, as soon as I'm about to introduce you, Yalla, you bottle job. You're bringing a bottle. You're the real bottle job. Joining us on the channel, of course. You get me. This guy, wallahi, the most shameless human being you can ever meet on this planet. Inshallah, Ramadan gives him hidayah to stop being as shameless. You get me? Inshallah, stop being as shameless as he is. His statements has made it all the way to Australia with him just spitting on his microphone, calling out Michael Oliver, even though Liverpool should have had a penalty. Joining us on the channel, the man, the myth, the legend, the professor is here, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, Hamza. How are you doing, brother?
Yes. Big up, everyone. Yeah, I'm doing very well. I'm not going to brag about a draw at home or something like that. I like some people shameless say that they will try and dunk on a team that are basically we're the people that was not supposed to win. Apparently, we were supposed to have been beaten at Anfield. But let's go. Shameless fans you are. Shameless already make excuses for you if you fell in May. You pretend you always do this. And I've clocked you always do that. You just fear because in case something happened in May, we got cheated. We got cheated, guys. We got cheated. That's why you didn't do it. We know your game, mate. We know your game. Go on.
Fairs. Welcome to the show, Hamza. Welcome. Big up to you guys.
As
my guy Grigs said, whose game? My game or
I told everyone here, if they fail, they're using this gimmick. Remember, I said it. I'm the first one to say it. They'll utilize this gimmick, the Tottenham one, and then now tomorrow. That's the reason why we got
what's your internet gimmick? 144p. Anyway, big up to the 310 people in here. Make sure you guys are slapping the like button. Make sure you guys are subscribing. As my guy Grigsy said, let's get to 200 likes, 300 likes ASAP. Lewis is on his way. He just messaged. He said he's literally 2 minutes away. He's gonna be top pro. We know Chelsea fans. You get me. Stop crying this week. So, as you guys know on A-listers, since neither myself nor Hamza won, we start with Grigsy, who's already been talking smack to Hamza, so we might as well. You get me? Go ahead, Grigsy. Talk to the people. Your thoughts on the Liverpool City game.
So obviously this is my least favorite game of the season as a Man United fan. I hate both the clubs, but when I take away my United eyeglasses, it's the most entertaining fixture in the Premier League, in my opinion. You have two different play styles. When those clash, you have a blockbuster fixture. And yesterday lived up to the hype. I thought in the beginning, City dominated about the first 20 minutes until when they got the goal. I thought the line breaking passes were really good. I thought it was a good corner by KDB, very innovative. But after that, I have to give major props first. So I'm going to talk about Liverpool first. Jurgen Klopp, I have to give him a lot of props because the way that you guys dominated Manchester City after the 20th minute yesterday was absolutely incredible. When you factor who was on the pitch for you, who was missing, because Mo Salah didn't come on to the second half. Trent Alexander-Arnold wasn't playing yesterday. Konate wasn't playing yesterday, and he's a big center, and he's a good center back to have for big games. Obviously, we saw what he did against the Arsenal early in the year and stuff like that. Who else was missing? Jota's missing. So you had a couple injuries, but the way you dominated, I haven't seen a City team look that peppered in a big game in a minute. You guys had them on the strings, and if Luis Diaz had any end product in his genes, in his DNA, that game could have been 4-1, 5-1, because if Diogo Jota was playing, he was walking with the hat trick yesterday. He's walking away with the match ball, man of the match, everything, because Diaz had every opportunity. Yes, he did good off the ball in terms of he had the nice dribbles, all that kind of stuff. He was taking Kyle Walker for a ride. Roger was eating grass all day yesterday. It was absolutely incredible. Endo, obviously, I knew him about a little from Stuttgart, but the way that he's adjusted to the Premier League is actually incredible because we all praise Roger, right? We call him the best defensive midfielder in the league, arguably the best defensive midfielder in the world. Yesterday, Endo had him locked up. Kevin De Bruyne got hooked at about the 60th minute mark. This is meant to be the talisman of the Premier League. This is meant to be the best player in the Premier League. He got hooked in a potentially title momentum game. He got hooked. 60th minute. And Pep said that he took him off for more control. 1-1, by the way. It wasn't like City were up 3-0 or something like that. You just take off KDB. 1-1. This is meant to be the game-changing player for Man City. He's the one that can create anything at the flick of a switch. He got hooked. Maybe if he had shorter hair, maybe before the trim, maybe he would have stayed on. But you know what? He changed the hair. He's going for a different look, and it hasn't been the same since. We had the moments against Newcastle, but other than that, he got locked up. Phil Foden. Hamza, you had the opportunity to praise Phil Foden last week. You didn't take it, and now he's had the stinker again. So you know what? You missed your opportunity for that. Because yesterday, bro, Joe Gomez, I got to give him props. He locked up Phil Foden. Joe Gomez has a case for Euros this summer, by the way. Because a lot of injuries in the fullback department. He's a hybrid.
You know what he does.
Yeah, Southgate's a fraud, but Joe Gomez has been playing himself into contention for the Euro spot. He was absolutely incredible yesterday as well. He did left back, he did right back. He was even inverting at times. We haven't seen that until this year. So it's funny with Jurgen Klopp, right? I think someone tweeted this yesterday. I saw it on my timeline. Jurgen Klopp has actually adopted some Pep tactics in terms of the inverting the midfield and stuff like that. While Pep has also adopted some Klopp tactics in terms of going long, because City were trying to play long yesterday because you had them pinned back. They couldn't escape they couldn't escape your press. Ortega was trying the long ball. The center backs were trying the long ball. They couldn't get it, though. The press was suffocating. And for just Liverpool, it was absolutely incredible performance. You should have won. I'm not going to lie. I hate that I'm praising this club that much, but as a football fan, first, I have to give my respect to a good team, and that was a dominant performance. As for Manchester City, you were horrible. Like, just don't get it twisted. If the referee had any sense, that's a penalty, by the way, first of all. You cannot be giving Daniel Bryan kicks in the penalty box in the 90th minute. He did not. He reacted too late, and then he kicked him right in the chest. If that's anywhere else on the pitch, that's absolutely a foul, because we talk about follow through all the time in terms of sliding tackles. Why not follow through on a kick to the chest? Like, that has to be a penalty. Yeah. But regardless of that, I think I watched Alot yesterday. Hassan talked about that. The reason why Liverpool didn't win the game wasn't because of the penalty. They should have cooked you. But Erling Haaland, no touches, invisible. Other than the 1v1 against Van Dijk, that's the only time I saw Haaland touch the ball. Other than that, invisible. Julian Alvarez, I will once again repeat, the fact that Julian Alvarez was top 10 in the Ballon d'Or list, I never want to hear that list ever brought up again in my life. For the next 67 years, however long I live, I do not want to see a Ballon d'Or list mentioned ever again, because the fact that this guy's top 10, this is meant to be the creme de la creme of footballer rankings, and this guy got voted top 10. Yet yesterday, I saw him actually do nothing. Literally nothing. Absolutely invisible. Rodri, that's the worst game I've seen Rodri have in a long time. Anytime, bro, Rodri's amazing. His passing is always going to be good. But when it comes to defensively, when it comes time for duels, he is not a duel-winning monster. When you have to pressure him. You have to go at him. And that's what Liverpool midfield did. McAllister did it. Szoboszlai, his ball striking is very questionable. But off everything else that he was doing was perfect. McAllister, arguably signing of the season, pound for pound, when you talk about bargain pricing and stuff like that. 35 million, absolutely crazy. You know what, Hamza, your club actually missed a trick there. You've been crying about Gundogan your whole life for the last 6 months. McAllister was right there. You wouldn't have to be crying about Gundogan if your club was aware enough to go sign him, but you did it. You missed a trick. Liverpool didn't. Plus, Bernardo Silva, invisible. Kevin De Bruyne talk about invisible. Center backs. Not actually score left back. Ake, poor error for the goal. That's on him. And even him and Kyle Walker yesterday. The amount of gaps that I was seeing in behind them, you were getting cooked. Connor Bradley had acres of space to run past Ake. Kyle Walker was eating grass the whole game. Luis Diaz had him on strings. So I look at Pep and I'm like, did you not prepare your team for this game? Because all of them look lost. They didn't know what to do. And again, you've gone to Anfield about 7 years now, and bar the 1 year in lockdown, you have not. The closest you've gone to winning at Anfield was Riyad Mahrez missing a pen. Other than that, Liverpool have outplayed you at Anfield every single time. So Pep Guardiola, this is where I question you. How come you haven't been able to get? Because I've seen Pep Guardiola burn a bow. I've seen him go to other places. He doesn't play scared. He went to Anfield yesterday, and when that second half started, City started playing scared. So this is the big dog city. Yesterday you were little dog city. Liverpool were the big dogs. You're the little dogs. So now I look at you, I'm like, when in this title race, because you have Arsenal next, if you play like that against Arsenal, they've gotten to the point where they're good enough to capitalize. So you better step up, because if you do not win come 2 weeks' time, you could kiss that 4P goodbye. and then your 3P is just like mine. There's nothing special about it, other than the fact that yours has an asterisk next to it. Only the fact that you have an asterisk next to yours and we don't. But other than that, it's the same shit. So I rest my case. That's pretty much it. Daud, I hand the floor to you.
Before you hand the floor to Daud, you get me. You and Daud together can welcome the third guest to the top row on the A-listers. You get me, because he's here now. He's not gonna be on the bottom row. Me and Hamza in the basement together this week, because we're the only one here without a W. You get me. He thought he was gonna be bottom row, so he can hold that, the fraud. But joining us on the channel, of course, the man, the myth, the legend, man like Lewis is in the building. Hello, Lewis. Here, quick switcheroos before you complain. Welcome to the top row.
Thank you. It's good to be back up here. It's been a while since we actually deserve to be up here too. Yeah. I'm happy for the first time in ages. This is a weird feeling. Thank the Lord.
Bro, you sound like you won a Champions League the way you sound. That's what it sounds like.
Hey, I'm just happy to have 3 points on the board, man. We don't get this privilege a lot. But yeah, big up to everybody. Big up to everybody. And also Hamza, by the way, now Cole Palmer has 2 less GNA than Phil Foden in less minutes. But Yeah, I thought I'd just start with that. But hey, big up to everybody. Big up to everybody. It's good to be back. Up the Chelsea, Poch out and all of that. Big up.
Already strays. Let's
We
go.
saw you last week.
Daud, my
11.
brother.
We see you this
1
week.
second.
You're
Hamza,
11.
Hamza, you
Hey. Until you can win a big game, you are done calling my club bottle jobs. All right.
we have to let them talk
You're still
first.
11.
Hamza. You know how this goes.
Get to the top
We have to
10,
let them.
then we can talk.
Oh,
Get to
here
the
you
top
are
10.
beefing mid-table teams. Is this where your team's fallen?
To the top 10 first.
You're now
top 10
beefing
first.
mid-table Chelsea. Is this where you're at?
But before
Look
that,
at
the
what's
Bournemouth-
happened to Manchester City. I'm actually disgusted with you guys. I
I
am one jammy result at the Etihad away from having to side with Hussam. Because you guys are that much of a letdown. So please, don't start targeting my mid-table institution, please. You should be looking higher than that.
If you're top 10, I understand.
Hamza,
But
there
you're
is no
still
way you're
11th,
bantering
the same
11th
position
place
as
team
last
right
year.
now.
And you're
Like-
top 11.
Like the lack of shame is ridiculous.
There is no way you're bantering.
Lack of shame
the
is
guy
being
in
in
11th
top
place.
10. That's lack
Okay,
of
okay,
shame.
one second, one second.
You expect something from a team in mid-table? Come on, man. How about you lot actually flex your muscles as free Peters, as treble
How
winners?
can you say last year you were 11?
You can only win at Anfield when there's no fans there.
Move a step.
You disgrace.
At least move a step forward. One step. I can say you've improved from 11 to 10.
How about you move a step forward up the table? You're third in this 3-horse race. You disgrace.
I've won everything. I've won everything.
How about you win some more? Is this what City's become? You just rest on your laurels. Your club's mentality is looking worse and worse by the week. First, you man complain about referees every time you drop points. How about you win the game based off your ability? How about that? How about you just be good enough? Because it was bad enough when you were complaining about the ref with us, but you go and do it again. Now, if you lot lose to Arsenal, God forbid, you'll do it again. You'll blame it on the refs again. How about you just look at your individuals? Look at Foden, Haaland, or if you can find Haaland when there's a big game. De Bruyne. Man had to get hooked. The last ever chronicle of the Klopp v Pep rivalry is going to end with KDB hooked, whining and moaning to Pep about it. Disgrace. You guys have been so disappointing this season. So disappointing. You want to talk about mid-table. Get this. My mid-table Chelsea team have taken more points off Arsenal than you have. How about that? How about that? It's about time you lot rise. Remember what football club you are. Excuses. More excuses than a Mauricio Pochettino press conference. You absolute disgraces. Every time I see you lot in a big game, I get disappointed. I'm thinking these are the lot I'm trying to rely on to restore peace in the title race. Disgrace. I swear, if you lot don't get 3 points against Arsenal, Lou Brothers, we're done. We're done. Finished. Finito. Over. Thank you for Phil Foden, Young Player of the Year charge. We will be there, but it's over. Now it'll be the enemy, and my enemy is my friend with Hussam.
Lewis is
At least they have consistency. They have injuries. They have actual refereeing BS. And you know what they do? They just get on with it. They get on with it. You lot, so many excuses. It is pathetic for a club of your nature and an institution like yours. I'm disappointed. I'm not even disappointed. It's getting to a point where I'm coming to expect it from you lot. How about you lot just remember what club you are? How about you lot go back to battering teams off the pitch like you guys were known for doing? Because now, hey, there might be more than one blue £1 billion bottle job. Just saying. There might be more than one. Just saying.
Hey, first. Hey, Lewis just came on smoke. I love it. And he just fully came on just on smoke. Everyone spam 115 and shame right now in the chat. Honestly, it's just look at this sad guy. You disgust me, sad. You disgust me, Sad. You disgust me.
Less of that, please.
Yeah,
Less of
yeah.
that.
Speaking of, let's go to the guy who's top of the league right now, man, like Daud. You get me? Talk to me. Tell me your thoughts on the Liverpool City game. You know,
the thing that I found so funny is that before the game started, Opta, you guys know what Opta is. They had Man City 45% favourites to win the league. Where did they get that figure from? Because, to my knowledge, teams that have won the league have beaten the big teams. So Man City have gone to the Emirates Stadium, they've lost. They went to Stamford Bridge, they drew. They faced Chelsea at home, drew. They went to Liverpool home and away, drew. They beat Man United, but everyone beats Man United. But Spurs, they drew. At home against Spurs, they drew. I've never seen a team not win any games against the respectable top six and still be favourites to win the league. I don't understand that. They call Phil Foden the best player this season. He's favourites to win the PFA Player of the Year. Where was he at the Emirates? Where was he at, at Anfield? Where was he at Stamford Bridge? Like, this guy, he goes missing. He goes missing in so many big games. But no, he scores against Newcastle. He scores against Bournemouth. He scores against Fulham. He does that gun celebration. And then now, that he's the poster boy now. He deserves to win PFA. And let's speak about Doku. I remember coming on this live stream and then Hamza talking about Doku, this Doku, that he's got 4 goals, he's got 4 assists and 1 goal. Since then, how many goals and assists has he got now, Hamza? He's stuck on 4 assists and 1 goal. The whole season. This guy is a step over merchant. That's all he does, shimmy merchant. I've never seen a guy that does that many shimmies and not get past anyone. When he's in front of goal, he's a yo-yo player in front of goal. The guy, he's got no finish, no end product. Foden on the right, he's not right winger. He's got no pace to get past anyone. Erling Haaland in front of goal, the best striker in the world in front of goal, 1v1. But link-up play, non-existence. He's got nothing to his game when it comes to link-up play. So teams that play low block, he doesn't know what to do. And let's talk about Pep Guardiola. Pep Guardiola was speaking about, this Man City team can win it. He said in the interview, I remember months ago, we're going to win the league. I remember, I've got it recorded. He said, we're going to win the league. He's that confident. But going against Liverpool, who had Kwanzaa at centre-back. Endo, the guy's a 30-year-old. No one knew about Endo a year ago. Man City had their fully fit first team 11, their strongest 11. They had no one missing. And they still deserved to lose against Liverpool. If Diaz had his shooting boots, if Diaz knew how to shoot on targets, that game would have finished 3-1. Minimum 3-1. That was an embarrassing performance by Man City. And Hamza will never call out his players. Because he knows if he calls them out, that he's in a sticky spot, because he knows he's been talking all smack all seasons, talking smack. We're favourites. We're gonna, Arsenal bought a job, this and that. Hamza, you better beat us at the Etihad. You better beat us, because I swear to God, I swear to God, if you do not beat us at the Etihad, I don't want to see a single video about excuses. Take on the chin and say we're bottom of this season. Take on the chin and say that, we didn't spend, we've got a thin squad. I swear you said earlier in the stream that we were underdogs. Did you say that, Hamza? Can we confirm you said you're underdogs for that game? Were you underdogs, yes or no?
Yes, he said that.
Is that what you said, Hamza? You was underdogs against Liverpool that had 5 players missing. No, Salah didn't start. Robertson didn't start. Konate was injured. Who else they were missing?
Alisson.
Trent was missing and Alisson was missing. 5 first-team players not starting. If you had 3 first-team players missing, you'd be crying and screaming, saying we're underdogs. You had a fully fit team. You had confidence. You had everything. You had an extra day rest. Liverpool just played it on Thursday night Europa League game. You had an extra day rest. You had all your first-team players missing, and you still deserve to lose that game. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. But all I want to say, Hamza, you better beat us at Etihad. Because if you don't, because if it's Liverpool and Arsenal fighting for the title, it's going to be one hell of a title race. That's what you call a true title race. None of this manufactured team title race, okay? I don't want to see that anymore. I don't want to see all these manufactured teams in Man City, Chelsea, Newcastle. These teams We need an original. We need to bring back the good old days. Liverpool versus United, Arsenal versus Man United. We need to bring back those days where actually winning the league meant something. Okay? None of this manufactured, title wins. Because if Arsenal and Liverpool win the league, you'll find out. Because we actually got fans. We're actually going to sell out, games. Where you're actually going to see an actual parade. Okay? None of this, speakers and that, trying to get the atmosphere up, okay? This is going to be one hell of a title race where Man City fall off. And I can't wait for that.
Inshallah, they fall off.
God forbid.
Don't do that, Lewis. We were just talking about forming an alliance like 5 seconds ago.
Again, he has to fumble the bag again in 2 weeks, and I swear, if you don't get 3 points,
you Gunners! I can't believe I have to root for that club, man. Oh my god, this makes me sick to my stomach that I have to root for them. Oh my god.
That is the worst nightmare for a United fan. You've got Chelsea, you've got Arsenal, Liverpool, and Man City fighting for a title.
Only thing missing is like Leeds, honestly. It's just like Leeds fighting it's game over.
How the mighty are fallen.
Yeah. Sorry, I clicked that by mistake. My bad.
And the goal.
It's just an honest mistake. Sometimes I just click on the overlay thing on accident. It's just not on purpose, man. It's just not on purpose.
Also, Hamza, I do want to say you gotta be very careful with what your argument is because there is a lot of receipts on your head.
Yeah,
all
and
for different arguments.
Because I know all of you want to cook him. So let me just say my thoughts on the game quickly. First of all, I think this is the worst City performance since Aston Villa away. I think this is absolutely the absolute worst performance since that game. Shout out to Egal in the chat as well. Get well soon, brother.
Big up, Egal.
Big up, Egal. You know what it is, man? At the end of the day, Manchester City absolutely got cooked at Anfield. We had more possession. Hamza loves to flex possession stats. You get me? We had more possession, more passes, and more accurate passes. So you can't even say anything about that, Hamza. So you can hold it regarding the whole, possession trophies that you like to take home with you. So absolutely, City got smashed. I think the thing is with the game, Kevin De Bruyne. I can't believe you guys just cooking everyone, but that's the one guy that deserves to get cooked the most in this game. This guy had 3 passes in 25 minutes in the second half and got hooked after getting pocketed by McAllister and Wataru Endo. Wataru Endo actually had Kevin De Bruyne in his back pocket. I didn't know. You guys saying you don't know who Endo was. Hey, I didn't know who Endo was. Like, it's not just you. It's just no one knew who Endo was. That Endo
he was good at Stuttgart, but this is different levels. Like, yeah.
And you know what it is? We're actually a Diaz disaster class away from just cooking the crap out of Hamza. This is the reality of today's stream. Because the difference between, what's the similarity between me, Daud, even Egal in the chat, Grigs and Lewis? We are capable of blaming our own players. It's not always the referee's fault, blah, blah, blah. I can blame the referee. If it's something like the Spurs game, I'll blame the referee, no problem, when it's like that much of a robbery. But this game right here, I'm more mad at Luis Diaz because we could have scored like 3-4 goals in the second half alone. We literally missed clear-cut goal-scoring opportunities, and it's just so disappointing, man. It's just so disappointing the way we just didn't take our chances. That's why I can't be fully happy with where we're at, because we genuinely just didn't take our chances, and that's what's pissing me off the most, because City were there for the taking. And I'll be honest with you, Arsenal fans watching this game, they should be filled with a lot of confidence, because City don't look like the scary monster that they looked like maybe last year or like whatever. Like, they just don't look like that team anymore. So I look at where City are at right now, and I think they're there for the taking. From our perspective, look, this lack of clinicalness is a problem for us in these games, because we needed Diaz to take one of them chances, so we're in a much better position. But for me, I thought the game, as Greg said, it lived up to the hype. Liverpool absolutely dominated Manchester City, but we just didn't take our chances. Man City fans, there's a lot you guys have to answer for. If Trent Alexander-Arnold dropped that defensive performance that Kyle Walker dropped in that game, Hamza would have parliament speeches ready about how Trent can't defend. Kyle Walker got sent to Anfield grass but 15 times in that game. He ate the grass. He was just moving like a sheep. Meh, just eating the grass the whole game. He was just on the ground, just eating grass, eating grass, eating grass. That guy got absolutely cooked. Kevin De Bruyne dropped a stinker for the ages. Phil Foden. Hey, there's a reason why I say Saka over Foden. You get me? Saka scored against my club. That's all I'm going to say. You get me? Foden guy who's looking spooky for you. You get me? Shout out to Bournemouth and Brentford, man. Erling Haaland, one touch in the penalty box. And it came in the 34th minute. And then after that, 0 touches in the penalty box. Jeremy Doku. As my guy Daud said, I've never seen a bigger step over merchant my whole life. That's all. I've never seen just step over, step over, step over. Aesthetics merchants must be, even they don't rate Jeremy Doku. That's how bad it is. Like the biggest aesthetic based on ability merchant don't even rate Doku because all he does is just dribble, 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 dribble. It's like watching James Harden, but without the scoring. That's the worst part. So, yeah, I think City got cooked. Unfortunately, it ends in a draw, so I can't be that happy about it. So, we let the professor now. Hamza, this is the first day of Ramadan. You get me? It's your opportunity to prove all 4 of us wrong. Let's talk about, let's talk about your players because you're busy calling Saka, Charles, and Zogbia. I don't know who was Charles and Zogbia this weekend. Was it Saka or was it Doku? You get me? Or maybe it was Kevin Zogbia. Maybe perhaps that's even more accurate description. So
from what I saw, it was Anfield's groundsman. Oh, that was what I saw.
Oh, there is receipts. 1 second, Hamza. There is receipts. Here we go. Here we go.
I felt they sprayed water on my side. They sprayed water on my side, man. Wallahi, they made the pitch slippery. Wallahi, look at that. Scumbags. I know the tactical they've done here. Bro, wallahi, I know guess what they've done? They've taken water, literally made sure my side is proper wet, slippery. Dirty game, man. Bro. You see, it's for the slip under your hand.
So I'm guessing that explains the back passing and everything.
You blamed the water, Hamza? Wow. Spam shame in the chat.
Big up to Warrior, by the way. Big up to Warrior. That he turned into a detective this weekend.
Yo, Warrior is on to you, Hamza. Hamza, talk to the people, brother. What are you saying?
Let me drink some water 1 second. Big up to Sorry, guys. Listen, I'll go back to let's talk about before the game. I don't want to be interrupted. I said it before. I called Liverpool fans and Arsenal fans flip-flops. Yeah? You know my flip-flops I got? I can show you flip-flops. Yeah, I got 2 pairs. Yeah? One's Arsenal, I call them, and the other flip-flop is called Liverpool Football Club. The one Liverpool one I use in the toilet, the Arsenal I use in the kitchen to do some washing. Yeah? Flip-flops. That's the club. Because I tell you what, I'm gonna play a recording, Liverpool fans.
More than 2 calls.
Listen to this, the prediction.
More than 2 calls. It wouldn't surprise me if we go out and win 3 or 4-0. It would not surprise me.
A deal, okay. All right, these.
So that's 1, yeah?
2-1.
2-1.
Oh, my heart says 2-1 and my head says 2-2.
Yeah, Adil, you know what they did? They did. You know what, Adil? They did. All right.
You know what? Just
was that the same heart that gave the... Go on, Tom. What's yours? What's yours, Tom?
Tom Little.
Tom, what's yours? My prediction.
Yeah.
5-0.
Yes.
Flip-flops. I can get it for you. It's in the toilet. Do you want to see it? Do you want to see the flip-flops? Yes. Do you know why? We know you. We know you very well. This is what you do well. You talk too much. Yeah? You talk too much before the game. You warned us. I'll see you in Anfield. You losing against this team. Oh, you do to Chelsea. You do to Chelsea. You cooked me in front of everyone here. I'll see you in Anfield. Huh? An Anfield that Grigs even, he walked in there with McTominay, slapped you and said, yo, I'm walking 0-0. You threatened the same thing to him. You lied. You lied to him. You lied to him. You said you're going to give my 8-0 beating. Remember he said 7 up. I bought 7 up. Another one 7 up. You could not even score one against Grigs this season. Your manager's last season. He'll be remembered for that. 7-0 to 0-0. He got 0-0. Daud went there. I'll slap them. Nah. Daud walked in there. The only person he slapped is the fraud down there. The guy who sits 11th. Because that guy, no one cares about him.
What did you do when you played us?
Hey, 1 second. He's just that
What did you do when you played us? No, don't deflect. You're not Rodri at the bridge.
He wins. He'll still be 11th. He draws. He's
On
still
goal
11th.
there, Hamza.
We know.
Yeah, 11. You know what that is? 2 1s, just like the result when we played you at the Etihad.
Let me finish.
And guess what? You complained about the ref then too.
No, let me talk. I was told I'll get fouled.
That's Kevin De Bruyne's house.
Does the same thing.
Let me talk.
Yeah? And guess what? Now.
You're like De Bruyne on the touchline, bruv.
I had youngsters. I
Can't
don't give a
substitute
shit.
him though.
I don't give a shit. Klopp decided to put Salah on the bench. I decided not to play Kovacic. I blame my manager. Yeah, I blame my
Man
manager.
compared Salah to Kovacic.
Now Kovacic is rated.
Yes,
Kovacic
your manager
now.
should play Kovacic. But guess what? Your manager decided he's happy with that team. Yeah, he decided, and it's his last game against Pep. Do you know why? Remember, Pep has made him leave this league. Pep has he said, "I'm tired." I've never had a manager says in his last, I'm tired.
Isn't that what Pep did with Jose came to?
He threw the towel. I've never seen a guy.
Another own goal. You just got 2 own
to
goals.
walk away last season. He wanted to walk away last season because he was sore. You know why? Because you know one second. No, let me finish. He knows your fan base promised him. You put scarf there, and you get your all those flags, big flags there. Your flag, you put the flags there. Wave your flags. Do you think Klopp? He's been embarrassed. You've embarrassed Jurgen Klopp. You even said Arsenal are favourites this season. When it is last season, you've come out here. You don't even trust him. Look at you. You're looking at me straight away. You don't even trust your manager because you don't believe in him. Do you know why?
You said City are underdogs.
One second. Let me finish. 1 second.
You said City are underdogs. That's your third own goal in 1 minute.
1 second.
Your third own goal.
I praise your manager. One second. But you don't even trust him. That shows me already. First year against Klopp, first season, 8th. Second season, 4th. Third season, 4th. Other season, 2nd. COVID season, 1. 3, 2, 5, 2. Now he's 2nd. Last season, there's not been Pep and Klopp era. There's not been Pep and Klopp. Let me make it clear. I've always lied to you to make you feel happy because you will go and start crying tonight. But let me tell the Liverpool fans the truth.
Hamza lying.
Listen, there's no such thing as Klopp. Everyone knows it's Pep era, and your era is that, you know, that flip-flops. You see that? 5th, 2nd, 8th, 4th, 5th. You don't know where you are. You're not stable. You don't even know. It's bipolar. Ooh. You don't. I'm there. 1, 1, 1. You see that? You see, that's what I've got, and that's what you tell your fans.
Yeah, 1, 1, 1, like all your points when you play Chelsea.
Exactly. And guess what? That's what you tell your fans. Spam 115. Spam 115 because Klopp has given you 0. It hurts you so much. You even prayed. I can't wait to do a YouTube the day that City are going to get found guilty. You've been begging because they're all depressed. You're giving them therapy. Poor them. The day we're not found guilty, the 115 on the keyboard, 115, you would have erased. You're lying to them, Hassan. Your manager's walking away from you. You don't even get Xabi Alonso. You've lied. No one cares about your football club anymore. Yeah? Let's talk about the game.
I was going to ask.
It only took 7 minutes.
Let me go back to the game. That's called introduction. You know, when you had to do an essay, you do an intro.
Yeah, bro.
We used to.
1,000-word introduction. I just need a 300-word introduction.
Listen,
give it up.
If
Hurry up.
Write an introduction about 11th place, yeah, it'll be a long introduction. You'll be shocked. Yeah.
You won't be a longer introduction with you guys at the Etihad.
1 second.
Hurry up, man.
Why do you keep gunning for my club when you haven't beaten us?
You cannot beat
You
them.
have not beaten us. Every insult you make about my football club, but you cannot beat us in a game of football.
1 second. Have some
That's
shame.
what
You're
I'm
11,
saying.
man. Forget the
Have some
football.
shame and beat us. You cannot beat my football club and you talk about us. Why is that?
Do me 2 favors. You last season you waited for 3 months to get 40 points. You haven't yet got 40 points. I don't think you got 40. Have you got 40 points already?
Well, maybe if we beat you guys, we would have. But we had to settle for a draw. We had to settle for a draw.
40 points, we'll talk. 40 points is a mark of
How about you beat Chelsea and then you can talk about my club? No sec. Beat Chelsea and then talk on us. Because Sam's beaten my football club twice. You think I speak about Liverpool anymore? I want him to just leave me alone in terms of the FA Cup. At least he did something. United beat me. You think I ever speak about them? I skip them on every A-listers episode. What's the point? But you think you can talk on my club? You disgrace.
Listen, I put Premier League standing. I have to accept Cookie and then go through to find him. You see that?
Well, maybe if you beat us, you wouldn't be getting cooked because you'd be top of the league.
Then accept him. Yeah. So 1 second. I've accepted the Cookie to see you.
Hamza, what happened?
All right. How about you accept the fact that you can't beat my football club?
Let me finish. Let me finish. Let me go to
I want to show pictures, bro. I'll show pictures. Here's a picture. Hamza, why do you keep scoring on goals? Can I ask you honestly? Why are you scoring on goals?
On your head top.
I've only beaten.
Your greatest ever legend cried like a baby in Porto. That's his last ever memory in your club shirt. Hold that. Hold that.
Yo, thank you so much for that, by the way. Thank you so much for that.
No, but Grigs,
crying in Porto. We saw
let me
you
expose
crying
another
in
Hamza
Porto.
on goal. Hamza said,
Yo, you played a
I
sports
only
direct
beat
team,
Lewis
man,
from this
today, man.
panel.
Humble yourself.
You only beat Griggs from this panel.
One
You
second,
didn't
let me
beat
finish.
me. You didn't beat Lewis. You didn't beat
Okay,
Daud.
one second,
So
let
where
me
do we
finish.
go from here?
I'm answering Griggs. Griggs said
There you are.
that Rodri ate grass. Rodri is not even a duo monster. He gets battered. Yeah. He said Julian Alvarez should never be in a Ballon d'Or top 10. And he said Endo had KDB hooked in a title decider. That's never happened to a big player. Did you not say that?
I never said that never happened to a big player. I said he just got hooked.
Okay, let me tell you something. And KDB, I've always said, we all know the best player in the Premier League is KDB. Fact. We
don't all know that.
Do we?
Who is it?
Do
Who
we?
is it?
That's under serious consideration right now.
Oh,
We're
who
taking
is
that.
it?
Yeah. Right.
Okay, top 3.
Hey.
Who is it?
He's top 3.
Right.
Top 3.
So
Okay, give me the top 3.
Salah, Haaland, Cole Palmer.
We don't call KDB there.
Well, what?
Pop,
Young player of the year, we're coming. Young player of the year, we're coming.
For me, it's Salah, KDB, Van Dijk. That's my top 3.
Daud, who's the best top 3?
This season.
No, overall.
Oh, overall is obviously.
Yeah, but you didn't say overall though.
Yeah.
Who's it? So we can't do.
Well, if we're going this season,
Listen,
it's Rodri.
Yeah, I thought you're talking about this season.
Let me say.
This season, Rice of Rodri any day of the week.
Listen, no disrespect, yeah.
Yeah.
Rodri, the fact that you said Rodri got peppered is shocking. Rodri did not get peppered. Yeah.
What happened to him?
Rodri was playing by himself and he played well. And the only mistake we made.
Rodri played well.
Rodri played well.
Alvarez, 1 second.
Oh,
Alvarez, you're sorry. Alvarez is not a left winger. We shouldn't have played them there. I believe. I called it.
So why come Doku didn't start? Your favorite player, Doku. Why didn't he start?
Doku doesn't need to start. We needed to start.
So, Hamza, based on this, will I hear criticisms of Pep Guardiola then?
Let me finish.
That was going to happen.
Ronaldinho.
And you said City didn't miss any players. They missed players. City had Vardy normally starts. We had normally Diaz starts.
We saw you crying in Porto. Crying in Porto. We saw you crying in Porto.
The guy's 11, man. We saw you crying being 11th last season, and you're crying this season being 11th.
I saw you crying on every A-listers episode after we played you. Hold that.
Speaking of Diaz, so why is your best center back getting dropped?
He had a niggle.
He didn't have a niggle. He didn't have a niggle, Hamza. Don't lie, bro.
Grealish
Pepism excuses.
Vardy has just come back from injury. Normally he starts. Yeah.
Vardy's been holding bench for the past couple of weeks.
No, listen, it doesn't matter.
That's your 6th own goal. Salah come back from injury as well.
Listen, it doesn't
matter.
Yeah,
this guy, you are so shameless. Wallahi,
he asked me a question. He asked me a question. That's why I answered it. I didn't brag about. He asked
I'm
me.
like, just say Diaz got dropped. It was tactical.
No,
just say he got
no,
dropped.
he wasn't.
Oh my!
I wasn't crying. Sorry, I wasn't crying. I've got flu. Listen, I was gonna say that I believe Julian Alvarez should have played. Yeah.
So how come Pep didn't play Oscar Bob then on the left?
No, he should have played. I think he should have been Kovacic, Rodri, and then up front should have been Bernardo, KDB, and Foden. Then up front, Haaland.
Or Foden on the left wing.
Huh?
Foden on the left wing.
Yeah, Foden can play left wing here. He's versatile. He can play mid attack. He can go right. He can play left. He's played left last season. He played left. It's fine. It's fine. So, but that's what we say.
So you blame Pep then?
Yeah, Pep, yeah. Why is Pep not immune to any mistake and errors? Yeah, I believe that's the lineup ever. Hussam had the same lineup that I did, and he's a rival. I knew that's the lineup that's going to start. So for us, I know City fans will say, if that lineup starts, let's say if that lineup had started because that was available, we should have won. We should have beaten them 3-4-1. But halftime should have been 3-0. Halftime.
What do you mean? Even with your best lineup, you've never beaten them at Anfield.
We would have peppered them.
You've never beaten them at Anfield.
What do you mean?
The biggest mistake we did is we had chances. We did not take our chances.
Nunez Diaz had chances.
Let me finish. The thing is, it reminded me. I told this City fans the spaces halftime. I said, "Do you remember when we played Madrid 2 years ago, and we peppered Madrid, and Foden hit the post, Mahrez hit the post. We should have been 6-0 up by halftime, and every chance we didn't take it, they took it. I said, Liverpool take their chances. Fair enough. Diaz was poor. Yeah, I think he played well, but he missed chances. Let's not criticize Diaz. Okay, he missed chances, yes, Hussam, but he played well. I told you. I was right. You wanted me to criticize Diaz. Did he play well?
But the criticism about Diaz...
But when it's my players and I say they play well in spite of missing chances, you call me an agenda man. Let me not.
No, he played well. Diaz played well, but he didn't finish. But I have to blame your finishing. Yeah, your players are jokers at finishing. You bought your player. That guy's a clown at finisher. I have a better finish than Darwin Núñez. I'm a better finisher. He cannot even stay on side. He should be called Darwin offside Núñez. That's his middle name. Darwin offside Núñez. Yeah, or Darwin Butler Núñez. This guy, Hussam, you have to throw him down now. He's gonna cost you big games. He's going to cost you big games. He's going to cost you major trophies. Last season, he cost you playing Europa League. You're playing Europa League because of him. Yeah. Now you're watching Thursday nights while I'm in the Champions League because of Darwin Núñez. There you are. Eat that. It's painful. More Champions League than all painful. Of you. You're doing a watch along against Toulouse because of Darwin Núñez. No, that's facts.
I got 6.
Luis Diaz.
You don't get to talk to me after winning your first one. I have 6.
Luis Diaz played well, and I think Luis Diaz, we have to congratulate Luis Diaz. And guys,
why are you talking about Liverpool players? You're the City rep. Can you talk about City players?
I want to hear about Phil Foden.
Yeah, I want to hear about Foden, Haaland, KDB.
Haaland had chances. He was making the runs, but they didn't pick him up. And I'll blame 2 chances Foden did not set him up. And I said it before. I'm not an Arsenal fan. I'm not an Arsenal fan or Liverpool fan. I'm not Play FC. I said before the game to City fans, I said, I'm going to call out one guy. And they said, who? I said, listen. You gotta attack me. Phil Foden has to stop. When he's through on goal, yeah, he will get that opportunity. I want him to set up Haaland. They said, no. I said, no, he doesn't. He doesn't. I've seen him so many times. And I came to a game. I told them, do you remember Real Madrid when Modric robbed Henderson off the ball and he ran towards goal? He could have scored, but he said, yo, Benzema, there you are, tap him. Those were If he wants to be Modric, this is the level. If he wants to be Modric and the KDB, you have to do those chances. You have to be a team player. You cannot be don't care about player of the year. It's about setting up your teammates and taking. And he failed at 2 occasions, and I was right. So did Phil Foden? For that, he has to take criticism. I could have been 2-3-0 up because of him, but he lost. Julian Alvarez, he was poor on the left wing. I don't believe he should be playing there. Yeah, he's a striker. There's a reason why when he came on for Argentina, he won Argentina the World Cup with Messi. He was the difference when Argentina won the World Cup.
Argentina World Cup. Don't lie. Yeah.
Messi said it, and you cannot argue with Messi. Messi said,
well, because he was a workhorse, because he ran around the pitch. We're talking about Alvarez's quality on the ball. We're not talking about his work rate and the way he tracks and the way he presses. What is it?
Messi won Argentina the World Cup, and their second best player was Martinez.
Hamza, name Alvarez's best attributes. Name his best attributes, Alvarez. What is he good at?
I call him. This is the nickname I called him. Ask yourself, what's his nickname I called him? What's his nickname?
Because you used every fucking legend in
I call him Batistuta.
Batistuta,
you have compared Julian Alvarez to Batigol. You need to be stopped. You need to be stopped. You need to be stopped. That's Gabriel Batistuta. Do you know what you're saying? Do you even know what you're saying? You called Doku Ronaldinho Gaucho. And now you're calling Alvarez Batistuta, Batigol.
That's I've always called him Batistuta. When he shoots top corner, he is deadly in front of goal, deadlier than Haaland in front of goal. Give him a chance, you'll see. He doesn't place it.
For a young guy listening to this, please do not listen.
But because he's been playing as a 10.
Gabriel Batistuta was the best player in the world.
Hussam, the only reason he's not playing there because we haven't got a double pivot midfielder and Kovacic has been injury prone. We bought a guy from Chelsea who.
So what happened to Mateus Nunes then? How come he's not playing?
Nunes, I tell you why. That's a good question. I'm not gonna come for Nunes because I tell you, Daud, normally players from Bournemouth and all this kind of thing, the levels are not high. I give him 1 or 2 seasons.
Hamza, you're always on to us, Arsenal, for our poor recruitment. Okay. No, but we have to talk about your recruitment. Hamza, we have to talk about your recruitment because you bought in Gavadio, you bought Doku, and you bought Mateus Nunes. You bought these 3 players, take it to the next level, but they've taken you 5 steps back.
No, but
you criticized us. I remember you was on to us for signing Rice, Havertz, and Timber, but for some reason we've only had 2 of them available, and they've taken us to another level. And Man City's recruitment has taken them backwards.
No,
so let's look at your recruitment for a second.
Oh yeah, fine. That's not of a problem.
Say it, Hamza. Mention Gundogan.
Yeah, there you are. When I mentioned
there you are directly. The reason why we didn't win the game is we sold Gundogan.
I wanted that replacement. Where is the replacement?
You bought 2 midfielders.
They're not good enough to be Gundogan.
So whose fault is it? They're not good enough. Whose fault is it?
The recruitment has to be blamed. I am instilling this because I said it in August.
So isn't Pep Guardiola not good enough to manage the players that he has right now?
He's elite to work with those.
This would be true if I didn't have Conor.
This is why I find him elite.
I had Conor Bradley, Kelleher, Kwanzaa on the pitch.
I'll give you an example. You know Manchester United when they won the treble. Do you know how many strikers they had? 4 strikers. 4. Do you know what they had? Andy Cole, Dwight York, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Deadly. He used to be called Baby Assassin. He used to come on and kill you. That was his nickname. Babyface Assassin. Dangerous. And Teddy Sheringham. Yeah? They had 4 strikers. Yeah?
Okay, what's that got to do with Man City?
I've got 2 strikers. Do you know how many midfielders they had?
So Man City need more investment. You're telling Man City need more investment.
Pep is doing an amazing job with that squad. Pep is working. They had Beckham, Jordi Cruyff, Nicky.
Hamza, quick question. Is Pep Guardiola working on a budget? Is Pep Guardiola working on a budget?
They had 8 nearly. 8. There's another guy. I forgot his name.
Hamza. Does Pep need more investment? Does Pep need more investment? Yes or no?
Huh?
Does Pep need more investment?
Hamza, first of all, the reason why we had 4 strikers is because, we had 4 strikers because we used to play 4-4-2. You need a certain amount of strikers if you're going to play 4-4-2.
Daud, wallahi, that's one thing I'm fighting them. Wallahi, I am fighting my City fans because some of them told me, be happy. I said, yo, I'm Real Madrid in England. Wallahi, I'm not Liverpool. Wallahi, don't feed me. Don't feed me little crumbs. Wallahi, I'm not feeding crumbs. I'm not taking crumbs.
This guy wins 1 Champions League and he thinks
Liverpool will talk about
You're not even Forest. You're not even Forest.
Liverpool can talk about Forest when I don't give a shit. Yeah, I am Real Madrid of England.
How can you be a Real Madrid?
I want to be fed good.
Hamza, your team is Pep Guardiola FC. That's all you are. You're Pep Guardiola FC. You're going to be irrelevant when Pep leaves. You're just relying on a manager to keep you relevant right now. That's all it is. When Pep leaves, you're going to be irrelevant.
I want Barella. Why did we get Barella? That's the guy I wanted. They said, who else would have got Declan Rice? But I said, Barella was there. Why did you go and get Barella?
We don't get what we want all the time.
He said, give me names. I've given them 4 or 5 names. So this summer, they're going to have to learn.
Did you want Declan Rice or no?
Huh?
Did you want Declan Rice?
Declan Rice is a good player. He's a good player. But he's not world class.
Did you want him though?
Yeah, Declan Rice, yeah.
Hamza, can you talk about?
Sabina, waka.
Look how gassed he wants to get Declan Rice.
Hamza, can you
One
talk about?
second,
How about
there's-
Hamza? Can you?
There's another
Hamza
thing
talk
called
about-
Lewis
Yeah,
is sharing a receipt, I think. There's more receipts. One sec.
Hassan, let me ask you.
1
The goal
second.
that was
Habibi, there's
disallowed.
receipts.
We're not hearing reports, but thank God we're not complainers. This to prove you, City fans have standards. I told you before, we don't complain. And this is the problem with us. Pep could have come to the thing and say, yo, what's going on? Show.
And so we don't complain. Okay. Okay.
How many own goals has Hamza scored tonight?
This is like 10 own goals.
It must be
honestly.
double digits.
Again, big up to Warrior. Big up to Warrior.
Big up Warrior again.
Double digits own goals,
Oh.
Hamza.
Listen,
Hamza,
I've
you
said it
understand
before.
this is your second week bad
But listen,
week on
after this, when I've been poor, you guys have been saying, now I'm third, I'm officially an underdog. Wallah.
There you are. So
Wallah,
he
don't let me
before,
win the league.
everyone sees this. Everyone
Don't let
sees
me
this.
win the league.
He laughed
Don't
at
let me
me
win the
for
league.
doing underdog,
If
and
I
then
win
he
the
does
league,
underdog.
If I finish above you frauds, you too. Yeah.
You're not
But
under. You're not an
you are
underdog
1
until after
point
that
behind.
Arsenal. If you lose to
1 point.
Arsenal, that's when you're an underdog.
If Sam wins the league title, yeah. Listen, Daud, we're coming for your fraud manager. We're asking you, you fraud manager, spend all that money you fraud. You're telling us for 2 years in a row for you to come second and get certificate of participation. That's when you get a tissue like this to hold like that. 2 years in a row. One picture and then another one last year as well. I don't want you to be getting that. Yeah, it's okay to get one, but don't get multiple certificates. And Hassan, let Arteta not win the league title and have 1-1 to Klopp. Hey, don't go for it. I better not have my 6-1. I better not have my 6-1 because the day I have my 6-1, I'm finishing the whole of Premier League.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If Arteta
Wallahi,
wins the Premier League, I'm good with that. You know why? Because they don't have a four-peat. So your club will always be smaller than mine. I've got 3 in a row. Dawood has 3 in a row. Griggs has 3 in a row.
You don't have 3 in a row. When did you have 3 in a row?
You know, Hamza, you need to understand something.
When did you have 3 in a row?
Bro, sit on the floor.
When?
When I was a big club, you were in League 2. Be quiet. Talk about when you had 3 in a row. I had 3 in a row when I dominated Europe and England at the same time. You know, you need to be stopped. You know, big up Andrew. He just messaged me. He's so angry. He's like, do not let Hamza compare Alvarez.
Well, look at this. Hassan, zoom this. Zoom this.
There was Match in the Day. There was color. It was 1980s, bro.
Look at this. Look at this. Chelsea's first goalkeeper. Well, I zoom this. Zoom this, Hassan, please. I'm begging you.
Chelsea's first goalkeeper.
Chelsea's first goalkeeper. Yo.
I big up Fatty Folk, our first ever goalie. What's the point?
Don't tell me.
I've no idea what this has to do with Manchester City. That's 12 own goals for Hamza.
What's the point? You're bringing a goalkeeper up from 1905.
On that day. Congratulations. 3 during those times.
His head's gone, guys. His head's gone.
What is the point you're trying to make?
His head's gone.
Bro, what the hell is this?
That is a goalkeeper from 1905. How is that relevant?
Bro, that's your
You know, in 1905, there was 0 world wars.
Yeah, well, what's the point?
What was his name?
William Folk. He had the name Fatty Folk.
Wow, the sound. Listen.
What's the point? What's the point? You brought him up for no reason. So what's the point?
Yo, I am not accepting league titles during those days that you did me 3 in a row. I don't care.
Oh, that's your point. Okay.
You brought up a goalkeeper from 1905 to compare a 3-peat from the 1980s. Do you understand your fucking logic?
Oh my goodness.
Do you want me to show you the picture of the 3-peat now?
And also, if you want to discredit league titles from the past, we
then
do have another.
Can we take away all your league titles? Pretty much except the 5 that you have right now.
Yeah, because like this was your thoughts on the Premier League.
They were smoked. Yeah, we should have finished.
Oh no, that's not it. That's not it. It's this one.
One second. So who keep? One second. Let me see the name of that guy fraud. Who keeps?
Wait.
Corrupt league in the world. Let me repeat again. Yeah, 1 second. Let me repeat again. And you can cry. You're watching the most corrupt league in the world. You're watching the most corrupt league in the world. Cry like a baby. This league is corrupt. It's simple. It is simple.
Wow.
What are we being charged?
So you don't rate the league now. You don't rate the league back then. When did you rate the league?
I said it's corrupt. It's corrupt
Most
now.
corrupt league in the world, right?
And you didn't want to talk about you want to talk about the penalty incident, which is been looked by pundits and they've said it's no penalty. But you're playing yourself a nice story in case you don't win the league and Arteta wins one. You're gonna say I cheated you and Arteta cheated you because you should have won those league titles.
I don't think that's a decision.
You're planning this story.
Talk about,
no one's accepting this story. We're not accepting Hussam. We better win the league this season, Hussam.
Hey, you just said,
No
what did you
excuses.
just say?
Hussam,
You just said
let me
what
ask you
one
something.
accepted your
If you
story.
lose, let me, in front of
One
everyone,
second,
if you lose this
you will
league,
not call me
will
out
you
on
use
a
that
lie.
as an excuse? No,
You will not lie. You will not lie because this is football audience.
I'll catch you.
Yeah,
If you lose the league this season, are you going to utilize that as an excuse?
Don't lie. Don't
Yeah,
make
I'm
me
gonna
do a
prove it.
flawless and interrupt
Are
you.
you going to
Don't lie.
utilize it as an
Don't
excuse?
lie.
If
Lewis,
you don't win the
Grigs,
league, are you
and
going to
Daud
utilize
had
that as an
their own
excuse?
eyes.
There
I
you
just
are.
blamed
You
Diaz.
don't want
I
to
didn't even
accept
say
it.
anything about the referee.
You don't want to accept it. Hussam, answer the question.
Except
Will
what?
you
I
utilize
blamed
it as
my
an
own
excuse?
players.
No, but would you utilize it as an excuse if you lose the league? Will you say
You're
that?
gonna talk
No,
about.
I
You're gonna talk
blamed
about
my
the
own
Spurs
players.
goal.
Huh?
If anything,
I literally, when I was talking about the game, I blamed my own players. I could have said we got robbed. I never
I
said
don't want
that.
you to hear about this decision, this joke.
Hamza, how
I
come?
didn't
Hamza,
say
how come?
anything about the
Yeah.
decision to begin with. You're the
Yeah,
guy
but
who's mentioned. You
said it should
mentioned
have
the
been a
decision,
penalty.
not me. Daniel Bryan, you get me doing yes, super kicks and the thing
Bro,
like that.
bro, he's doing the yes case, bro. Yo, Hamza, by the way, didn't even talk about his defense yesterday, by the way, and how much gaps they were leaving open. Isn't that like a pep issue?
They keep doing the same thing, man. Playing a high line. But I think if Alvarez doesn't play, and that's why Grealish is very important for us. He tracks back. He does what better than Doku does and Alvarez. He is so key. You will see when he comes back, yeah? He's so important that we need him back as soon. Grealish is very important for us. Very, very important.
What about your captain, Kyle Walker, being a stripper?
This season he's declined. You're right. He's declined, but he made good runs, and those 2 runs he made, but he couldn't make the right cross. I was so disappointed. See that part?
Isn't that a lack of player quality?
And you said Foden got pointed about, but Gomez, you're wrong. Gomez got killed. Wallah, there's so many chances.
There were a couple of times that Foden. There were a couple of times that Foden.
Gomez had a shocker. For Foden cooked Gomez. Don't ever say that Gomez had that. You had a shocker for that one. You didn't watch the game because Foden skipped past.
You just blamed Phil Foden, and now you say he had a good game.
The way that Diaz did Walker, Foden did that to Gomez.
I did not see Gomez go to the floor 5 times.
I saw how he got skipped past so many times.
He got dribbled a couple of past the times, but Phil Foden, for the most part, still didn't have any impact.
That's why they chained him that side. That's why Robertson came that side because he was getting cooked.
No, because Connor Bradley got subbed off. Gomez went to right back, and Robertson went to his natural position.
The reason why Robertson came on that side is because he's a fucking left back. Have you ever thought of that crazy idea?
No, but why did Robertson come on? Why did Bradley get?
Why did the left back play left back? Because he's a left back.
Why did Robertson come on? Because he's one of the.
You don't have any other right backs. There's no right back.
Gomez was getting cooked. Gomez was getting cooked there, so they said, "Yo, you can't do it against Foden."
No, because if Gomez was getting cooked, he would have gotten subbed off.
Doku cooked
Why
him.
didn't Gomez get subbed off then?
And Doku could have won the game through him. His mistake, and he put Van Dijk on the floor. Doku, he hit the bar. So Doku would have been a hero.
We're not gonna criticize Van Dijk, by the way, because Van Dijk was literally almost perfect yesterday.
Van Dijk was almost perfect in that game.
I've never cast Van Dijk. Wallahi, I've never cast Van Dijk. I'd say I have respect.
Don't say wallahi because I've heard you do the speech about Van Dijk before.
Yeah, that's why
I told you stop saying wallahi and lying and
big up Van Dijk, like a naturally talented players, world class. Listen, what they've done to this Premier League, respect, and this is what their leader. This is what my club wanted Van Dijk. I respect him.
Phil Foden, by the way, yesterday won less than half his ground duels.
He's just being a hater, Hussam. But Van Dijk, I've always, even in my stream, go and see. Every time I've praised him, every single part.
You're acting like I haven't known you for 3 years. This is why.
Yeah, obviously, Hussam, I had to dunk on him a bit, but come on, deep down, I really like. I respect him.
Okay. Listen. I just want to go to the.
As well.
Okay, I want to go to the super chats before we move on to the 3 teams above me. We're just gonna ask them individually their opinions on their teams because they all won. I don't want to keep the guys for too long. We need to start shortening up these episodes as well. But Hamza waffles too long.
Thankfully, everybody won. so we don't have to have any other monologues.
The Colombian Iwobi cost you that game, Sam. Shaking my head. You know what it is, Yasser? I would sit up here and fight by you spitting, brother. He did cost us the game. Simple as. I cannot believe some of the chances that guy missed, man. It's just... And you know what pisses me off? He actually done the most difficult thing. He just sent Walker to Anfield grass. And then he missed one-on-one sitters. It's just... I have no words, man. Was Hamza a Barca fan for 115 games? Bald fraud. I cannot believe it, Winter Surfer. He fully said Alvarez and Batistuta, Bati goal in the same sentence. Wallahi haram. Wallahi haram. The bald fraud always talks about history. Every time it's about Madrid, R9, R10, Barca, never talks about his club's history. Oh, I forgot. That book, Cooking 115 Charges FC, doesn't have any history. Hey, there's a reason why he mocks all the league titles from the past, because when we were busy winning European Cups and doing back-to-back titles, this guy was a League 2. That's the difference, you know? So, yeah. Big up to Fatur says, Hamza, not looking good on the receipts, my guy. Hey, shout out my guy Warrior with all the receipts.
Yeah, W Warriors in the chat, please.
Who's the guy that sends the receipts? There's someone. I need to...
My guy Warrior. Big up Warrior in the chat.
Ah, fraud.
City's defense had gaps as wide as...
Hey, not ain't you talking.
Says the cat killed curiosity. Hey, that is definitely true. Big up to Bob all the way from Colombia. He says, Hamza, what's your take on Walker's interview today?
Is it because what he talked about the penalty?
Maybe he means the general
He said
like
few
Walker
things.
interview. What do you make of it?
Which part? What did he say? Bob, you can type it down. I think he talked about the penalty and
Yeah, he spoke about the referee,
yeah, about VAR, and then that's fine. I think it's not clear penalty, no chance. Everyone believes it wasn't a penalty.
There you are.
Okay.
There you are. You can never be honest. Wallah, you can never be honest. No way, bro. He is blaming water. This is the problem with Hamza. You know what now?
Wallah, let me ask you something. You think I'm dumb? Yeah. Why were my players slipping down?
Because it was raining.
I was angry, man.
Because it was raining, bro. Because it was raining, Hamza. That's why.
So how come your players were not slipping down?
Because they have better ball.
Maybe they have better balance.
I tell you a very important
Maybe
story.
they weren't shook at the Anfield
I'll tell you
atmosphere.
an important story. Ferguson needs to do this tactic, it's very well known, Ferguson, Before the game, he will tell the sprinkler guys to make sure they sprinkle certain areas so it's slippery. It was a very so as soon as I saw that, I thought, oh my, I couldn't believe it.
So it's been a tactic that's been around for decades. Cope with it.
I'm shameless. I couldn't believe when I said that, well, but that's what I thought straight away.
I still don't get how that works because both teams have to run in the same areas, by the way, throughout the game.
Yes.
So how would it work?
And if it's in the place where City's attacking, then it's in the place where Liverpool's defending. So even more dangerous.
You're a fraud. Wallahi, that's a fraud. You did me dirty.
They sprayed water on my side is akin to ties. We mustn't forget it's been raining. Rain off there. I can't lie to you. Hamza there doing ties.
Don't ever play that clip. That's shameless.
Wallahi, that's so shameless.
That's the worst clip possible, by the way. That's like the worst excuse I've ever seen.
You know, people message me in WhatsApp everywhere. You're a fraud. What a scammer. Why are you blaming the water? I was so embarrassed today, man. I woke up to many messages.
You should be
7 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, exactly. Listen, but if you hold your hands up and say you were wrong and you're embarrassed, fair enough. First time you've done that your whole life. Up to you, Nick. I've been watching the Nick reactions as well. He's been
moved on my side.
Hamza, you have to go to the football club, watch the reactions, bro. That guy just been cooking your ass over here. Shout out Nick in the chat. Make sure, guys, go subscribe to the football club as well. Etihad is a recycling bin because it's full of plastic. Bloody hell. Hamza whispered his locker combination, talked about current events, the stock marketer, and we still don't know his thoughts on the game. Bro, bro, C24, you know what it is? Hamza just...
You know his thoughts before the game.
Is there another receipt? I see another receipt. Okay. Shout out Warrior. You get me?
This is fatter. And Abdi has.
Listen, it's a tough one. I can't. I'm stressed already about that one, man. Listen, let me get over the line.
Tomorrow is the top 5, your team.
What?
Tomorrow is different.
Tomorrow you're gonna see a different side. You'll see a mentality. Listen, I think Liverpool are gonna get rattled. If the referee was fair, I think if the referee is fair and allows us to play our style and make sure that we will win that game. And I think
Mohammed, but you never ring up when you get beat.
I'll be here. I'll ring because I'm not going to lose tomorrow. I don't believe I'm going to lose tomorrow. So I'm going to be here. I'm going to be here. I ring when it matters most. I ring when you won UCL. I ring you when you won the league. How many times I'm always here, Robbie? I'm always telling you this.
Yeah, but never when you lose. You never ring when you lose. City fans don't ring when they lose.
They don't lose very much, right?
How you guys cook on Robbie Savage? That's crazy.
We don't lose. We rarely lose. I don't see losses. So if I'll ring you next time we lose. But this time, you will see a completely different
score prediction. Mohammed, score prediction tomorrow.
Oh, listen, I think it's going to be 3-2 to Man City. I think Liverpool.
Underdog, he said.
Hamza's government got leaked.
Just put Chris.
Got embarrassed on the chat. Oh, it's Pete.
Yo.
Just play Chris back for 5 minutes to be flat out.
Wow.
What did he say?
I said, all you got to do is listen to Chris for 5 minutes, just before you go to bed, and you'll be flat out after 5 minutes.
Listen,
big up Robbie Savage waffling there. Khalas, yeah, we got what we wanted. Underdog, yeah? Okay. Hey, shout out to you, C24. Hey, big up to Elia, who says Chelsea is 11th because of the water on the field. That's my new excuse.
Special name.
Hey, from now on.
Big up Ilya, good shout.
The new excuse. Hey, I swear to you, if we
that's why we lost at Anfield. I see.
Fact. Listen, if we lose next week, away to Old Trafford, all I have to say is they were spraying water in their area. That's all I have to say now. Khalas. This is my excuse to the end of the season. Anytime we drop points, they were spraying water, I would do that, Hamza. Oh my God. Big up to Omar says, after the lineup, City fans said we're beating them bad. Yes, we heard what Hamza said, to be fair, Connor, Bradley, Kwanzaa, and Kelleher, and still no 3 points. Big up the panel. Anytime Hamza says, I'll give you an example, I tune out. Am I the only one? KDB 2022 World Cup, hashtag top of the league, says TJ Warren. Shout out to TJ. Make sure guys go subscribe as well to TJ Warren TV. And listen, I don't zone out because I have to listen to some of the crap that he says so I can reply, But compared, guys, I'm giving you an assignment. After the stream ends, go watch Gabriel Batistuta, please. Please. Because this
I watched him live. I watched him dunk on Roy Keane. Roy Keane do a back pass. Please. Google it.
Batistuta, that's Batty goal. What do you know about Gabriel Batistuta, about Hernan Crespo, about Javier Saviola? What do you remember about that Argentinian team? Juan Roman Riquelme, Juan Sebastian Veron. See? I'm a heritage when it comes to this.
His shooting is like Batistuta, but like top.
There's nothing about him like Batistuta. Don't respect Batistuta. That's a legend. He's closer to Canigia than he is Batistuta. Hamza needs to be drug tested and 48-hour watch, bro. Well, I have nothing to say, bro. Like, I have this guy. Oh, one of the biggest frauds. Big up my guy C24, man. I prefer calling him C24 because I feel like it's more of a weapon,
Oh yeah, I'm just used to it now.
Big up to JL Zones. After complaining, all stream bros said, Hamza, we don't complain. Hashtag Hamza realized. But give, as soon as he said we sprayed the water, it's just, I cannot say anything now. Khalas. He has just frauded himself to the point of no return now. Big up to you, JL Zone. Shout out to my guy, Musi Grey Goose, who says, but Hussam, we have to say that although Lucho didn't execute, he also created chances by himself. He had an excellent game, but with Endo, Alexis, Dom Gomez, Jarrell, and Verge not stressed, players coming back to Calma boys. Listen, man. I said he had a good game overall, but he just, didn't take his chances. You get me? Shout out to you. Hamza's fraudulence is getting exposed all the way in South Africa. That's just how much of a fraud he is. So big up to you, Musi Grey Goose. And look, we do have players coming back, and I can't wait for the international break so we can finally be done with these bloody injuries, man. I can actually get some of these good players back, man. It was such a refreshing thing to see Salah play one of those passes. because none of the other front line can make that type of pass. So it's just like so refreshing, man. I honestly can't wait for them to come back. Big up to you, brother. Listen, there's 620 people in here. We ain't going to be staying for too long. We just want to talk about, because obviously, as everyone has pointed out, everyone else literally won. So we might as well just give them a chance to just talk about their own clubs instead of us, quote unquote, cooking them and shit. So let's start with the team, top of the league. Talk to me, Daud, about your win against Brentford.
Oh, I think that kind of win you need early on in the season, especially with 10 games to go, because winning 5-0, winning 6-0 is good, but it doesn't really test the players. I think when there's a bit of, trial and tribulation with the players, and they need to figure out how to break a low block, because Brentford and Porto are going to play the exact same way. Porto's going to play the exact same way as Brentford did against us, where they're going to play a low block and try and hit us on the counter attack. So I'm kind of happy that Porto played that kind of style, Brentford played that kind of style of football against us, because we can now figure out what are Porto going to do. I know Porto got more quality going forward, but with David Raya coming back, because Ramsdale, I think the way he played at the back got our back four nervous, because they don't know who's going to give the ball to. They don't know, if he's going to release the ball early, if he's going to go long. The first 15 minutes, he looked very shaky. He's a great shot stopper. Ramsdale, no one can deny that he's not a good shot stopper. But when he has to play out at the back, there's a reason why Arteta brought in David Raya. When it comes to distribution, when it comes to calmness, we need someone at the back where they can be calm, don't be a spotlight, because we don't need players that are going to, take the spotlight and make the team about them. And that's what Ramsdale did. And then that game, we should have won comfortably. I've been playing Kai Havertz up front. That should be his new position. And I think playing a midfield three of Rice, Jorginho and Odegaard is our best midfield three. I don't think Partey will be fit enough to play against Man City, because he hasn't had enough game time. He's only come off the bench twice. He hasn't played a full 90-minute game yet, and I won't risk playing against him, against Man City, with that kind of intensity. I think playing Jorginho, playing Havertz, especially against Porto as well, starting Jorginho, I think that's our best midfield three. I'm kind of disappointed that Martinelli's injured, but yeah, we've got a fully fit squad. We've got everyone back going into the crunch part of the season. No excuses. We have to go deep into the Champions League. We have to go deep into the Premier League. We've got no excuses. Saka's turning up. Havertz is turning up. Odegaard, there was conversation early in the season where people were doubting him, saying that he's a one-season wonder. He's turning up. He's our, talisman. He's our captain. He's the one that actually drives the team. Off the ball, he's as good at off the ball that he is on the ball. Saliba, Gabriel, the best partnership in the Premier League this season. No striker has had a comfortable game against these two. And it just shows. Ben White needs to be respected now as a quality out-and-out right-back, because people were doubting that he's not good going forward. 2 wicked assists against Brentford. Amazing crosses. So he's improving going forward. He's amazing defensively. We've got so much versatility where when we come against teams, they don't know what kind of position formation we're going to play. They don't know who we're going to play. Last season, we had the same 11. We had Xhaka, Partey, Odegaard midfield three. We had the same back four. We had the same front three, Martinelli, Jesus, Saka. The amount of time we can rotate, we can switch positions. When we put Jesus on against Brentford, we put Havertz back in midfield. We've got that kind of versatility this season, and it's something that we haven't had in a long time. We've got a fully fit squad that we haven't... Arsenal always known to have injured players when it comes to the crunch part of the season. And when it comes to recruitment, something that Arteta's done that Wenger didn't do and Emery struggled to do was bring in players that could stay fit. That is key. If you can buy players that can play 50 games a season, that you've already got an advantage. Because then you know that Rice, Ben White, you got Timber unlucky because you got the ACL, David Raya, you've got Havertz. Havertz used to get disrespected, but he used to always play for every manager. There's a reason why that when Chelsea had a new manager every single season, Havertz used to always start. It's because the amount of games he can play, the versatility that he has is something that every manager, he starts for Germany. He used to always start for Chelsea. He starts for Arsenal week in, week out. You buy money for availability. That's why I always say the best ability is availability. And it's something that we're trying to do now and I'm happy about. So I'm confident. I think we're going to breeze past Porto. I think we're going to beat the 4-0 comfortably. And we've got 2 weeks left. We've got the players come rest for Man City game because that is a decider of how far we've gone. Because if we can go to Etihad and actually beat them lot and actually stay top of the table, that will be a massive sign that we've got that experience, we've got that know-how of winning the Premier League. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm happy that no one's speaking about Arsenal. Everyone's speaking about Liverpool, Man City, Jurgen Klopp last season, the farewell story. Man City's 4P, Pep Guardiola. Even on Monday Night Football, just before the Chelsea game, they were talking about Liverpool, Man City for the title. And then they asked Ian Wright, who's going to win the title between Liverpool and Man City? And he says Arsenal. And they started laughing. So it's like Arsenal not even in the conversation of people. That's what I'm happy about. Let's stay on where the actual underdogs, Hamza. Not you lot, okay? Not £2 billion Man City. We're the actual underdogs. And I'm happy about us being underdogs. I'm gassed. The spotlight's not on us. And, let Liverpool and Man City have all these headlines week in, week out. We'll stay in the background. And the last 5 games of the season, if we're still, thereabouts, it's our title.
Strong words there at the end. Lewis, freshest win. You get me? Destroyed Newcastle, it's fair to say. Talk to me about the game, brother.
Yeah, now that game's all done, I can say it's one of the better performances that we've had this season. Starts off pretty well, absolutely cooking the right-hand side. Big up Jackson for the awareness for the first goal. And we seem to kind of take our foot off the gas again a little bit. Newcastle start pressing us a little bit more. Seem to struggle playing out the back a little bit. Give the ball away on a string of errors. Enzo with a poor pass. And to be honest, Enzo didn't have a good game anyway, but we'll take the assist. Shameless G&A, it is what it is. Gusto and Chalobah also fall asleep. That's Gusto's only real error that game. He was excellent past that. And at that point, it feels like we're having another one of those sorts of games. But we seem to hang on. We look a little bit better in transition in the second half. Although Sterling has yet another of his stupid 2v1 mess-ups. He's literally the worst player I could ever ask for to be 1v1. Genuinely worse than Havertz was, worse than Werner was. Sterling is the worst. At least Havertz will bag one of them. At least Werner might bag one of them. Sterling is not scoring if he's one-on-one with the keeper. He's either going to cut inside from a stupid position, he's going to shoot from the wrong position, or he's going to ignore a runner around him, or just any sort of stupidness. But
he should have passed to Palmer. That's what I told you even in the chat.
Yeah, he should have. It was the same as the Wolves game again, and it's like, you don't learn. You don't learn. So you know what? I'm done with you. Experience hype. Get in the bin. Mudryk came on and gave me instant impact. And also, rare bit of credit for Pochettino, but big up for the substitutions. Substitutions actually worked. Little bit late, but we won. They were effective. That's usually more than I can ask for. So cool. We will take that. That's a positive. Caste comes on, wins the majority of his duels. I don't even remember who else came on, but didn't really have much wrong from the managerial perspective, except the consistent trying to play out the back, because it did lead to a bit of problems. But for the most part, very good performance. Caicedo, excellent again. Like I said, my best midfielder this season. Cole Palmer cooking. Now has 2 less G&A than Foden in less minutes. Mudryk came on. Instant impact. Brilliant from him. Nicholas Jackson, really good performance. Just kind of wish the second goal had stayed onside. Cucurella, unbelievable. Even if you did get turned for the second goal. And like that was a little bit nasty and everything. Overall, great performance. Been saying he's our best left back. I don't want to see Ben Chilwell starting. I don't want to see Chilwell as a left back that we keep in the summer. Get rid of that absolute bag of mid and let me have Cucurella have some more minutes, because he deserves to be our starting left back. It was only really Gallagher and Sterling out of the starters that were poor, but Gallagher had the flu going into this, so I'll leave him alone for today. And you got a little assist, even though it was just Mudryk taking the ball off you. But we'll take it.
Like, is it just dropped?
I think he's injured, but take your time. Take your time. In fact, Leicester are coming over on Sunday. We probably still have the receipt somewhere, so just let him go back, and it's all good. But quietly, we have a good run of games coming up. We have a pretty good run of games. We have Leicester in the Cup. We have Burnley at home after the international break. After that, we have Manchester United at home, and after that hideous, disgusting, disgraceful performance, you owe me a victory. Full stop. That streak dies when we play them at the Bridge. It has to. Then we play Sheffield United away. That's my birthday weekend. Don't even piss me off. Don't even piss me off. Go and get the 3 points and keep it moving. And who knows? Because that whole race for Europe, like I said all season, is not consistent. Teams will drop points. If you can't make the most out of the run of games that we have, wrap it up. Wrap it up. Like, we don't have a chance. So start winning some games. You want to start getting on the fans' good books again? You have the greatest opportunity. All you had to do was win this match. Because if you didn't win this, I'm giving up on Europe. I'm giving up on it. That'd be my season done today. So you've got by. The Ollie genes kicked in again. Nice. Start winning some more games. Get a run of victories. I need to be on the top row for the next few weeks. So, balls in your court, Pochettino. Our only tough games coming up, realistically, are Arsenal and Tottenham, and those games haven't even been announced yet. We don't know when they're going to be played. So, no more excuses. We're in the business end of the season. It's time to start standing on business. Get me a run of victories, but good start. Good start. I'm glad that we won. Is what it is. We move up the Chelsea and all of that. We're still Poch out.
They're jammy as well. They're so jammy, that team.
It's more of a tough game because we can just never beat them. It's been our last league win against them was 2018.
Tarkovsky was in their own half. Can you imagine?
Bro, I can't cuss out United. We haven't beaten them since 2018, which is why I say this has to end. This crap streak has to end. So, balls in your court, but it was a good victory. It's a good victory. I'm still Poch out, but hey, I can give you credit when you don't make a lot of mistakes. So, congratulate. And you didn't embarrass me in the press conference. Thank the Lord. People just need to stop putting 50p in you and giving you a microphone. But yeah, good victory.
Grigs, I don't even know what you can say about that disgusting performance. Try, say some shit.
I don't want to sound like a broken record. I want to give some like new content to the people. This is football, so I'm going to keep it a little different. First of all, the fact that I had to wake up 7:30 for this game is a crime against humanity. Is a crime against my sleep schedule. Is a crime against everything. Thank you, Eric Ten Hag. Because speaking of Lewis saying my manager didn't embarrass me in press conferences. Thank you. Lewis said that my manager mentioned XG in the post-match presser that United won on XG. Mr. Eric Ten Hag, do you know why we won on XG? Something called penalties. Manchester United is back, by the way. 2 pens in the same game. That reminds me of the good old days before Jurgen Klopp opened his mouth and started complaining. But before that happened, I was getting a lot of penalties. So, Mr. Ten Hag, a penalty is worth 0.76 XG. We had 2 of them. That means that we had a combined 1.52 XG just from penalties. That's why we went on XG. Because Hassam is right. I watched Sean Dyche try to kind of bop us off the park. That's embarrassing. That's just what it is. Shout out Ben Godfrey and whoever, and then whoever else considered the pen. Garnacho, good job for winning the 2 pens. But United are the same shit every week. There's nothing else to really talk about. We look bad. We play bad. Sometimes we'll nick a win. Sometimes we won't. Like I've always said, United is a flip of a coin every game. We either lose or we win. We don't really draw. We don't. That word is not in our dictionary. It doesn't exist. So I'm just waiting till the summer when he leaves, and I hope my next manager, first of all, like Lewis says, first stays on business. Actually sticks to what he wants to believe in. I don't know who the next manager will be, but I just hope it happens quick because I don't like these guys. I don't like these players. I don't like this manager. Casemiro lost the ball within like 5 times in the first 2 minutes. Saudi Arabia, I am begging you, please, man, please, bro. They've been taking every single wash guy from the big 6 clubs. It is my turn to feast from Saudi Arabia. Buying mid players. I need my turn. Please come get Casemiro for me because this guy just gets the ball and just loses it within every second. Because every time, bro, Kobe Mainoo is the most gifted player on the ball in this team currently because Lisandro Martinez is injured and Luke Shaw is injured. Yeah, he's the one that averages the least amount of touches on the pitch. If that's terrible coaching, I don't know what it is. I got Amad Diallo posting Instagram stories and deleting all his United content on social media because my manager won't give him any minutes. Bro, it's a mess. It's drama. It's reality TV show FC at that club, bro. If you made a reality TV show about Man United, I promise you, it's breaking records that the Kardashians couldn't. We're breaking the records. They couldn't chat to us when it comes to reality TV because all we are is a drama show. But yeah, man. Sell Casemiro, keep McTominay. Bro, McTominay plays games and I don't even notice him. He's literally Casper the Ghost on the pitch. I don't notice him in games. If you told me McTominay was playing Saturday, bro, I watched that game with one eye half open. I generally couldn't remember you other than the pens and us putting the pens in the back of the net. What else happened in that game? Because it was the worst game of football I've ever watched, and we have to really start considering the level of the Premier League. Because if this is meant to be the best league in the world, this is the product that they're putting out. Bar Liverpool versus Man City. Every other game is lackluster. It's boring. The state of defending in this league, we criticize the Bundesliga, right, for the high lines and that terrible defending. I am pretty sure that players in this league cannot tackle. I'm highly convinced. They don't know how to tackle. They miss time every tackle. It's atrocious. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't want to go any more longer. Team sucks. United sucks.
Hamza.
Let's go to next week. I have Hassam next week. FA Cup. That's all I care
Any
about.
other 3 clubs?
Any other clubs?
Yeah.
Congrats to Arsenal for winning. Thank you, Kai Havertz. Thank you, Kai Havertz. I really appreciated that win on Saturday. We needed that. Come on, you got it. Staffy yesterday went on loan to Arsenal. I'm on loan too. We need this. We need this title. We cannot have a 4P and we cannot have Liverpool number 20. I haven't decided which is the worst evil yet of Liverpool or City. Hamza's making me lean toward that he's the more evil because we can't have him brag.
To be fair, it is only Hamza. You don't have to hear anybody else.
That's true. That is a very good point.
No, it's a fear. Listen,
fear of what?
The thing is about Arsenal, listen, they're showing signs whenever they face tough opposition. Yesterday, they escaped a narrow victory, which they didn't deserve. Before that 1-1, I think Ramsdale saved them with the Ivan Toney shot. That was like top shot that was going in. He then saved them with a
Hamza, why are you analysing Arsenal?
then,
it's about Man City. Talk about your club.
No, I'm talking about. They said to talk about the 3 teams. So
no. I just want to get his summary conclusion. Let him just.
So to me, your manager survived, and the worst thing is I've said about the referees disgusting. Like my guy had a yellow card and then he dives, and the same thing happened to Mo Salah yesterday. And I don't know why. Kids are watching. And you dive and you have no shame. Like literally not being given a second yellow card. And it was shameful because that guy should not have been on the pitch. Fact. Everyone knows that. If you showed my video about McAllister to everyone on the pitch around the world, was it? Wallahi. Real Madrid fans were telling me, Barca fans were telling me.
The Man City players don't dive.
I showed everyone.
Man City players don't dive.
The
Man City players dive.
But guess what? Your time. Listen, you got that win because of fluky win, because you had to cheat. Yeah. The United one, listen, no one watched that game. Thank God I didn't wake up at 7:30 to watch that game. I had the win. No one cares about United much. There's nothing that they do in our lives that are important other than them. They're the only ones that look at themselves like wake up.
I'm sure you're gonna clear come April.
No one
early April though.
I didn't watch. Well, I'm not gonna wake.
I know, bro. I don't blame you.
No chance.
I don't blame you.
No disrespect here. No disrespect. Other than when you're playing Liverpool and you're gonna get some people come and watch you to laugh at you. But other than that, to brag about how you played, Ten Hag this, we don't care. Listen, you got your own problems, sort your mess out. Yeah, you're still in the same shit as last week. Regarding Chelsea, listen, Chelsea today, I think they played a weak Newcastle side, and I think this Enzo's poor. I said to Luis, I've been telling you, Luis, it's so surprising that they had Luis.
First comments about Enzo first.
He was bad. Yeah, I'm glad you saw that. I'm glad.
Usually he overdoes it, but today he was.
Yeah. Today it can run. It's fine. I just found it very surprising. It was his first point.
Enzo's poor, very poor today. But big up Cole Palmer. Listen, the fact that I've been saying, I cannot cast Cole Palmer in a bad way. I banter him a bit, but I know he came from our youth project. We don't listen. He had to leave for his own progression. I don't wish any bad thing about ex-players, because especially our youth players. But it's funny that our youth players are becoming legends at certain football clubs already, and they go to other teams and they improve other teams. My legends, my youngsters, one of them is Brahim Diaz. He's winning games from Real Madrid.
I mean, you should have faith in your youth system like that.
My one is winning games for you, and another one is winning by Leverkusen. a league title.
My Cobham graduate is Arsenal's
Freehold.
most expensive
So,
transfer.
I've got a lot of youngsters
No.
I don't brag about. They bring trophies home for other clubs. If they don't bring for me, they bring for other clubs. I do. This is class. This class. Money can't buy that. You know, those youngsters they've grown. Those are fruits that we're giving other people. Mango here, there you are. Have it. Real Madrid even took my little mango. There you are. Yeah. So to me, I'm privileged, but Chelsea have got bigger issues. Today there was a report. Yesterday or today, there's a report. Someone from Chelsea, the head of the thing. He said that he doesn't know anything about football. Well, I was shocked. Sam, did you hear about that report? Luis, did you hear about that? There's a guy.
No.
Oh, Luis, who's this guy called? Psych. Is it Psych? Chelsea Psych. What is it? That big account.
There's a lot of them, bro.
CFC Pice.
There's a lot.
Yeah, Pice. What is it called?
There's Pies, there's Con, there's CFC Daily, there's Chelsea HQ, there's Vince.
PYS.
Pice. You're talking about Pice.
Yeah. I think someone's got it there. I think if one of the Chelsea fans there, please, yeah, Pierre Pies, yeah, that's it. There's a guy. Listen, I'll read you this quote. It's so funny. Yeah, there you are. I'll read you the quote. This is so shameless. It unveiled everything I've been saying to Chelsea. Me and Sam have been saying it. He said there was a guy. I've got it here. He said that he's involved. He's one of the CEO, whatever it is. He said, I do not know anything about football. Yeah. Joe, is it Joe Ravage? Let me see. 1 second, guys. Sorry, 1 second. Whilst you guys talk, I'm gonna find this quote.
I'm
just
gonna
yesterday.
go look for it myself. 1 sec.
Yeah. Okay. Hassan, there you are. Put it on this one. Here.
Yes, Hamza.
Yeah, Hamza's 480p.
He's on 420p. How are we gonna see this?
Bruv, let me go find it myself.
CEO. Read it out, Hamza. Read it out.
Chelsea CEO Chris Jurasek in a recent staff meeting with new starter.
All right, you know what? I've got it here. Let me big screen it. So Chelsea CEO Chris Jurasek in a recent staff meet with new starters. He was asked if he supported Chelsea. To paraphrase and to open mouths, he responded that he was not really a football fan, before adding that he refers to the game at Premier League meeting as a product and our fans as customers, which people get mad at. I did see the last quote.
Wow.
Referencing fans as customers, but I didn't see the rest of that.
There you are. It's a mockery to Chelsea Football Club and their fan base. And this is why I find it disrespectful, because when I see Lewis there, I know his heritage. I know Lewis has won Champions League. He doesn't deserve to be there. I feel sorry for him that we banter him. But I think this is the toxic that's happening. It's bigger than Pochettino. Sam, did you see that? Did you see what we said? We've been saying people out there who are running Chelsea don't know anything about football. And they're the biggest problems at Chelsea Football Club, not Pochettino. Yeah, and I hope
you do understand that he has a non-footballing role in the club, by the way.
That's a sporting. That's a business CEO.
Footballing role in the club.
His job. He has a non-footballing role. He is involved in the business side of the club and not the footballing side of the club.
So Todd Bowley did not know whether Mo Salah was. He said it was a youth product, and Kevin De Bruyne was a youth product. He said 4-4-3 is a formation. See, you can tell the people who are involved in Chelsea don't know anything.
When did Todd Bowley ever speak on Salah and De Bruyne?
Yes, Hussam. Do you remember the meeting that he was in New York? He was asked. So wallahi, don't. I'll show you the video next time.
I remember the 4-4-3 one. I don't remember the Salah De Bruyne one.
He said we must keep our new.
Oh, he said Chelsea's academy produced stars like Salah and De Bruyne. Yeah, he's had a couple howlers when it comes to football.
There you are.
Please stay away from that.
I don't know. There you are.
Yeah. He thought they were academy grads. So let me get the actual quote.
See, that's what
we have one of the best academies in the world. If you look at what our academy has developed, our academy is Mo Salah and De Bruyne, brother. Oh boy, that is a hideous line. That's a hideous line. What I'm saying. But again, you know, Todd Bowley isn't part of the day-to-day operations at Chelsea. It's like Barley, Winstanley, and Stewart. So,
but it doesn't. But
we can wheel
Todd
off the
Bowley was
Bowley dumb
probably
quotes all we want, but like he stepped back from Chelsea a year ago, so the energy needs to be at Barley, at Winstanley, and Stewart. So
yeah, but I think they Todd Bowley was the guy that was negotiating all the deals. He was the one that was flying to Barcelona
in our first summer, because we didn't have any backroom staff, so it was just him and Tuchel. Then we got in Winstanley and Stewart, and he stepped back. So again, what are we doing?
And there's another report today that's come out to say that you're planning to get rid of a mass haul on players who we told you they're not good enough. So there's a mass.
Who? Armando Broja, Conor Gallagher,
15 players.
Chalobah. Oh wow, yeah, because I've really tried to die on those hills. I've really tried to defend Conor Gallagher to death on numerous episodes of A-listers, haven't I? Armando Broja. Oh no, my season is ruined. My summer is finished.
I think the issue goes when you start losing your own players. Like Liverpool's heritage is Trent. My heritage is Foden. Dawood's got this. What's the name? He's got Saka.
Yeah, and Reece James isn't going anywhere,
what's
bro.
her name? What's her name?
A couple of players who are coming Chelsea blood, and they don't understand. But you don't.
Reece James isn't going anywhere, bro. Let's not pretend Conor Gallagher is the heart and soul of my club. Please, let's not do that.
The problem is you have to accept there's a problem at your club, and unless it's a fixable issue.
Oh, I've never accepted that. We are 11th in March, bro.
Pochettino's not.
But do you want to talk about the game instead of waffling about my backroom staff, please?
Listen, you won against Liverpool.
Because you've just missed targets for about 5 minutes.
Me, I don't need to, because you're 11. I don't need to praise you. What the hell? What am I gonna talk about?
I'm not asking you to praise me. I'm asking you to talk about the game.
You didn't watch the game.
I think
You've been trying to talk about my backroom staff, and you clearly haven't got a clue what you're talking about. So can you talk about the game at least?
Listen, Cole Palmer was exceptional today. He showed levels today.
All right, cool.
I think Cucurella's had a shocker. Yeah, when Gordon came on and the other guy came on, I forgot his name. Who's that guy that came on?
I don't know. All I saw is they had to move Anthony Gordon from the left to the right because he couldn't get past Gusto.
He whipped 2-3 crosses that made the little touch, bro. That's going towards goal, bro. He caused problems. The guy that I forgot his name. I forgot his name.
Almiron.
Murphy.
Chelsea, listen, they got that 3-2 victory. Fair enough, but I think there's bigger issues still, and I don't think they're gonna move away. They're not gonna finish above 8th. Remember this. They're not gonna finish above 8th. No chance.
Actually,
okay, so you only saw the YouTube highlights. All right, cool. If anyone else wants to speak on Chelsea, it's fine.
I was yawning. I'm watching the game of Chelsea. I'm yawning. I'm like, yo, okay, bro. I don't get excited in Chelsea games.
Yeah, probably because you were too stressed out yesterday at Anfield. I get it.
Nah,
You got
I'm an underdog.
Bro, you know, by the way, for the people who don't know, Hamza was playing the guitar. He was talking about train. He was talking about everything. It's just,
What happened to Raheem Sterling today? Let me ask you about Raheem.
Oh,
Yeah, Sterling stinks. You can take him back. You can take him back. Yeah, we'll keep Palmer. You can take him back.
He's another one.
So,
Mudryk came on and he proved people wrong. He's got a world
Yep.
goal.
Prove people wrong.
He needs to get more game time.
No, he's got a good goal today. He's got a fantastic goal. Brilliant goal. And it was world class. Mudryk was brilliant when he came on. He scored a
very good goal today.
Yeah, so you have to give him credit. Because
That's what £100 million gets you.
I was listening to Chelsea fans.
I mean, £62 million, not 100 million. Thank you.
Yeah, Chelsea
62 plus the 20 that you gave them on top.
Yeah. Once we win the Premier League or the Champions League, then we can rise up. Until then, he's 62 million.
I don't get why people use add-ons. If someone hits an add-ons, that means that it worked.
Bro,
we don't say Havertz cost 65 million, he cost 60 million.
So didn't Chelsea give them 20 million
to spot add-ons?
What was with that charity game then? 20 million charity game.
We did not spend 20 million on a charity match.
No, I said you donate 20 million for the wall.
Listen,
we did that, that's out the goodness of our heart. Up the morally correct.
No, it was part of the deal. It was part of the deal.
It was not part of the deal, bro.
Listen,
Check it.
The 26 million is in add-ons, which are performance and team related. It is
Look at that
62
one.
million until that point.
listen.
In my eyes, Fabrizio said 100 million euros. It's 100 million euros.
If you want to follow Fabrizio, that's fine. That's
100
fine.
million euros, 100 million euros in my eyes.
Fabrizio got his own.
I want to talk about Newcastle quickly. Newcastle, this Eddie Howe guy, I've been saying to people for a long time. People criticize. I said, listen,
I've actually agreed with you on that.
this little shitty managers. Yeah. Graham Potter. I was onto them long time at Brighton. People say, oh, I said, yo, that's their level. They will never move above. As soon as my brother they got Eddie Howe, I said, you must get rid of him last season. As soon as you use and abuse them, you say,
you're really playing Eddie Howe for them.
Yeah. By the way, the Shakhtar Donetsk president donated 20 million of the transfer fee we gave them to the Ukrainian war. So it didn't come from us; it came from Shakhtar. So 62 million again. Thank you.
Hamza is right about Eddie Howe though. There was always a ceiling with him.
I hate Eddie Howe, man. I just think that I told Newcastle.
Hamza, who do you even rate? You don't rate anyone.
Hamza, you know who you play next? Newcastle.
Yeah. Hold on, don't worry.
There you are. I dare you lose.
Oh, I swear.
I don't want to use the word.
It's FA Cup, right?
Yeah,
Don't let Newcastle knock you out of 2 trophies.
Yeah, that's true.
Just saying.
Yeah, I don't want to use
Go
the
on,
word.
Hamza, tell me your thoughts on Eddie Howe. Go on. What are your thoughts on Eddie Howe? Tell the people.
Word. He doesn't want to say the U word.
I just think that he's not. Listen, Eddie Howe's he's not good enough for Newcastle. He's not good. I told you before. That's not his level. Newcastle need to get a better manager, and they need to get a step up. They should have got someone. I think Mourinho would work. I think Mourinho comes to Newcastle. The Newcastle fans are very passionate fans. They're Jody, but the whole city supports Newcastle. Like literally the whole
Newcastle want to progress, not go backwards. To get Mourinho, they'll go backwards.
Yeah, but Mourinho will take them forward. Mourinho is a world-class manager.
Not anymore.
He would get the right signing. He'll get the city together. He's like Jurgen Klopp. He can get them.
If he's a world-class manager,
the world, and
he is not like Jurgen Klopp.
He's
Hamza, if he's a world-class manager, why is there teams now trying to get him?
Jurgen Klopp is better than Mourinho.
No, I said he's not like Jurgen. No, he's not like Jurgen Klopp when it comes to in terms of staying with the team, building it from the bottom to the top. He's not like Jurgen Klopp with that.
Jurgen Klopp is better than Mourinho now. That's not a crazy thing to say.
Oh, now, that's not even a question. But no, I forget about all time. But in terms of building, in terms of the way that Klopp oversaw the Dortmund rebuild, the Liverpool rebuild, Mourinho's not like that. Okay, you can say Porto, but Chelsea, Chelsea had a stable setup already when he got there.
Inter Milan.
That team had won 3 straight
series. That was 14 years ago.
Who did he took them over the top? He built a team to win a treble. He built them with the mentality to win a treble. That's
Hamza. He's a cherry on the cake manager.
In the final.
Hamza, there's a difference between building the mentality to take
the fact that you cuss in Mourinho.
I'm not cussing Mourinho. Listen to what I'm saying. I'm saying that Inter team was already built by the time he got there. Okay, the addition
he wasn't. Man, that
majority of that team was already built. He gave them the extra mentality to take them over the top in Champions League. But he didn't build that team from top to bottom. No, that's different though. But those guys,
you can't argue with Hamza.
Klopp built Liverpool from the bottom to the top. That was his club. He changed that whole philosophy.
Who's the centre backs? Who's the centre backs?
For what?
For Mourinho.
Inter Milan.
For Mourinho.
Inter Milan. You had Lucio. You had Walter Samuel.
Zanetti,
Cordoba,
Materazzi,
Michael.
He built them to play like a Chelsea. It's us lose. Chelsea were difficult to beat at the back.
Hamza, he's talking about recruitment.
He's just saying some of the players were there. Listen, we shouldn't argue this because none of you.
But they weren't that good, man.
I just don't think Hamza is actually understanding what Grigs said.
In the Champions League, they conquered it.
But listen, I do agree with you, Eddie Howe. Probably
Eddie Howe gotta go.
But anyway, listen. Let me just go to these super chats before we round up the show. Make sure you guys are liking. Make sure you guys are subscribing. I love the fact Hamza told me.
Big up Christian Chivo for my ex.
Yeah, Hamza told me let's try to finish early, and then he's the one who wanted to open up a whole can of worms about Eddie bloody Howe. It's just Hamza, prototypical Hamza behavior. Hey, Hosab, let's end early. Okay, Hamza, no problem. But then he wants to have a Eddie Howe investigation. I swear to God, Hamza, after this speech, if you go and you lose to Eddie Howe this Sunday in the FA Cup, God be with you, honestly, because at that point, you're just going to get cooked to the point of no return. But anyway, Winter Surfer, Alvarez is like Batistuta. How dare you call yourself professor? Saying something like that makes you a substitute teacher. Lord have mercy, you are a walad, says Winter Surfer. Hamza, you have anything to say back to Andrew?
You're on mute, bro.
He's never watched Batistuta. I watched Batistuta play with a player called Heinrich and a guy called Rui Costa. You guys never watched them. And I watched them play.
Don't say you guys never watched them.
Strike the ball. As soon as I saw Alvarez play for River Plate and he used to shoot, I said to everyone, Wallah, that's the day I called. I said, this guy's baby Batistuta. And I've never changed. He shoots like Batistuta.
He really doesn't. And you're
okay. Let me ask a River. I'm gonna send a River Plate fan a message and let's see what he'll say.
Yeah, okay. As if I'm supposed to believe you know a River Plate fan. Ian Wright also said he would pick Anthony Gordon over Palmer for the England national team. He has shit opinions.
No, I agree with that.
What, Gordon over Palmer?
Palmer can only play on the right wing.
No, he can't.
He's not a left winger. Cole Palmer's not a left winger.
He's played on the left for Man City, and I think he's had a few games.
You're telling me you'd rather have Cole Palmer on the left wing than Anthony Gordon.
No, you said Palmer can only play on the right.
When I'm coming,
it's not true.
What I'm saying is the reason why, because that's like that statement that Illy put in a bit of context. They're talking about who's more likely to have an impact on their team, who's more likely to start for England. Cole Palmer is third choice when it comes to that right wing position because they've got Saka, they've got Foden. And Cole Palmer's third on that list. But when on that left wing, England don't have a first choice left winger right now. It's either between Rashford, Grealish, Gordon. And Rashford right now is slowly picking up form. Grealish has been missing the whole season. And Gordon's got a very likely chance of playing on the left wing. That's why Ian Wright said that the left wing, he'd rather have Gordon because he's more of a chance of playing. Cole Palmer, he's not going to have a chance of playing for England in Euros.
What I'm saying is Palmer can happily sit on that table with Foden and Saka, and he ain't the odd one out in the group.
If you're gonna go by like player profile wise, I understand why Ian Wright said that. Gordon offers more than like in terms of difference than what Palmer would because you already have Foden and Saka who are two similar players.
The thing is, Ian Wright can't chat because Ian Wright never used to get into the England team.
What's that got to anything, Hamza? What's that got to anything, Hamza?
Why you couldn't get ready for it, bro?
Ahead of him.
It's got a Premier League title.
No, but he never started. He never used to get picked. He got picked for England versus Italy when Teddy Sheringham was injured, but he never used to start. He used to be in the squad. I never knew that he played 98 World Cup when I was young. 1 second. I don't think so.
Do you know the amount of strikers England had back in those days?
Ian Wright used to be behind players like Andy Cole as a three.
Yeah, it's all bad boy striker.
Bro, he wasn't playing for England. What are we doing here?
Yeah, I know. But anyway, Ian Wright is a pundit. His job is to talk about football.
Come on. You know who also doesn't play for England? Phil Foden, because Saka starts on the right.
I'm defending
Palmer had more GA than Ghostgard, says Fatur.
Joseph, you love me for that one, yeah?
Let's not talk about GA. Let's not be GA merchants, okay? Because the difference between GA and actually having an impact on their teams. Odegaard is irreplaceable right now.
Saka or Foden? Daud.
On the right wing, Saka, but as an overall player, Foden's got more to his game.
Yeah, that was right.
But on the right wing, Saka any day of the week.
That one.
That was right. He's right.
For that one.
That's the cop out answer. On the right.
Yeah, because Foden is not better on the right wing than Saka. No chance.
It's true.
Big up to my guy Jose who says start Mudryk Poch. My curly hair primo Cucurella best left back on the team. Sell Chilwell is what Jose says.
Facts. Man went 3 for 3 with that super chat. Big up.
Look at this assist, yeah.
Actually, almost got him on.
Odegaard has had 25 appearances, 6 goals, 6 assists. Cole Palmer has had 25 appearances, 24. He's got 11 goals, 8 assists.
How many penalties were those 11 goals? How many of them were penalties? How many of them were penalties?
Cole Palmer does
Huh?
Oh yeah, he does take penalties for us.
I think half of them were penalties.
Not half. It'll be under half. I think he's had like 4
many?
penalties for us. 4.
Not in one game, probably, yeah.
Not in one game. Tottenham, Man City, Arsenal,
Yeah, man,
Burnley.
he should be happy. Cole
Fulham.
Palmer's points.
Fulham.
He scored one
5.
against.
He's had
He
5.
scored one against
So,
Manchester City. That might help you win your title.
basically half of these goals were penalties.
So just under half. What
Just
about
like-
Saka? What about Saka?
Final super chat before.
Hey, what about Saka?
Oh.
running.
Carry on. Yeah, carry on.
You are
Saka
right,
doesn't need to
Hamza.
take penalties to have impact on the game. He doesn't have to take penalties. Don't worry about it.
Hey, Palmer don't have to take penalties either to have an impact on the game.
Did Cole Palmer get an assist for that Jackson goal?
Yes, and we are claiming
That's what
that.
I mean.
Up
That's
the
what I mean.
Chelsea.
The guy took a shot. And then he gets an assist for it. It's stuff
Hey,
like that.
Jackson-
you count as a
Is he
GA.
Did he
That's what I
tell
don't get.
Jackson to stick a leg out? No.
No,
He
but
went for a shot.
That's why I don't
And
look
Palmer
at GAs.
rectified it by scoring later on in the game.
Well, that's the
from
reason
open
why.
play.
The reason
outside
why I
the
don't.
box.
The reason why eye test is more important than GA is because when someone takes a shot and takes a deflection, they get an assist for it. You got more goals than assists. No, eye test.
That's why you watch the rest of the game, and the rest of the game, Cole Palmer was absolutely cooking, and again scored an open play goal in the
against
second half.
10 spot Newcastle will be demolished in the first half. In the first 45 minutes, we demolished.
Aye, but when
Newcastle.
your players are scoring against Newcastle, it's like, oh wow, we're on a title charge. Come on, man. Let's
You
not do
scraped a
that. You
3-2
beat what's
win
in front
against
of you and you move on.
them.
You beat what's in front of you, you move on. Let's not act like Cole Palmer's importance to the team is only penalty based.
No, he's good. He's a good player. He's a good player, but he's not like Starboy Bukayo Saka. That's what I want to say.
Hey, I think this debate is a lot closer than you think it is. It's just Palmer needs a longevity to really stick out. That's all.
You're right,
The-
Hamza. There are
they're the same
levels to
age.
this. Funny how City fans were crying that the Chelsea reject didn't start over Alvarez in their biggest game of the season. Hey, Kovacic, that is.
Oh wow.
Hello?
He rejected
Hello.
the
Oh, wow.
contract.
My
He
old
rejected the
friend.
contract. He said, I want to go to a bigger club. I don't
No,
wanna
we
stay
didn't
there."
we didn't offer him a contract.
No, you
didn't
offered
offer him
him.
one.
He refused. He rejected
didn't.
the contract.
Okay,
No,
this
Hamza,
is
are you
gonna
sure you want to
be-
take another L?
Khalas,
He
khalas, I
rejected
don't-
the contract. He didn't want to
Listen,
stay.
I'm
We
actually
didn't
gonna-
reject. We didn't offer Kovacic a contract. He was one of the most obvious departures from like January last
He
year.
would have
Listen, I'm
started.
gonna
He was
protect
better than
Hamza.
Enzo.
This
and
guy, if
Caicedo.
one more L, he's
What's
gonna be worse
his
than,
name?
like,
Enzo was outperforming Kovacic every month
No
he was at the club
way.
before he left.
Enzo's
Let's not do
worth
that.
that. Come on. what are you doing?
Kovacic was playing on flight mode the entirety
Bro,
of
I'm talking about
last
Kovacic.
season,
What's
and we
up?
know that. We know that because his World
This
Cup
guy is
performances
being a
were a
guy
different level
This
to
is-
anything we
This
saw
guy
in the
is
Premier
being a
League.
guy that
What's
played-
up? You need
that
after
scored
his
against
live
FC
stream,
Wimbledon
you
and
need to get
celebrated
someone.
with
You need to get someone to go over his live stream and put the amount of L's he took. Put a number on top of his head. The amount of L's he took.
Please comment. You know what? This actually want to protect my guy Hamza because Hamza is like a national treasure. You know, I don't want to get cooked anymore, so I'm just gonna end it at this point. Like it's just
Sam,
too
play
much.
that A-list on WhatsApp. I've sent it to WhatsApp.
What did you send me on WhatsApp? Let's see it.
I don't know with the copyright. You can't play that.
Depends. Did you put "Baby Calm Down" in the thing?
No. Show Lewis.
Oh, what's this?
That's the feelings of Chelsea fans. Being 11th. Shameless.
Oh my God, Hamza! You know what?
I've
No,
seen that video.
I'm not even Lewis. Please just don't acknowledge
Oh,
it. I'm not even gonna say anything. Big up to Yasser.
up.
Big up to Winter Surfer, Bob. Big up to Curiosity, Fatur, JL, Nick, Surafel, C24, Omar, TJ. Big up to you. Hype. Big up to Ilya. Big up to Jose. Big up to May Rose as well. Big up to all of you guys. Make sure you guys are slapping the like button. Make sure you guys are subscribing on your way out. All the channels are in the description. I can't find Daud's channel though. I'm gonna put it in the description now. So send it in the private chat, please. So I'm gonna put all the channels are in the description. Go subscribe to Grigs Stocks. We need to get the Grigs to 1K subscribers ASAP.
Come on,
Carefree
guys.
Louis G, subscribe to him as well. You know, inshallah. Says yes, and we're there after Porto. Hamza talks football, where you can see him playing the guitar and blaming water for why City did not win a game of football. This is football. Inshallah, we're gonna be live tomorrow, 1:30 p.m. UK time, with Tom Little to just fight. First day of Ramadan, I'm gonna fight him. I'm gonna have all my energy, just not cuss him out while I'm fasting. So I'll try my best. So slap the like button on your way out, please. Subscribe to This Is Football. Big up to all the guys, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Potch out.